don't want a son at the flapper. We're not on the bill at the institute, at the academy, at Glastonbury, but it don't matter. They won't play our songs on the radio. Annie Mac, Gabby Cam, Steve Mac, not on their shows. Never been asked to go on introducing. Cause we don't sound like everybody else, look like everybody else, speak like everybody else, and it's confusing. They will play us on Radio 1, they will play us on Radio 2, they will play us on Radio 3, not on Radio anything. They will play us on Talk Sports, they will play us on Absolute 90s, they will play us on 5 Live. We're not bothered. We rarely have to go to an award show, cause we upset the corporate cats wherever we go. Everybody panders, but we don't flatter.
I don't know. I haven't got an intro tune or anything.
The Black Beauty theme tune. Can we have, can we...
You want that?
The We Want Less Show.
Will you stop the fans, please?
Yes, welcome to the brand new 2023 series of We Want Less. We will have the less of the things that you want and more of the things that you don't want. That's the plan anyway. We've got the regular people here. We've got me. You've got me.
And me.
Yes. And we've got special guests with this week. We've got a return friend of the show for his hat-trick ball, actually.
Hat-trick?
Andy Bennetts. Welcome back to the show.
I wasn't expecting this level of enthusiasm, if I'm honest.
Well, you've got to start strong, haven't you?
Well, 2023 and all that.
You've got to start strong. Well, man, here we are. We've managed to survive, haven't we?
Last time I came, we were outside Land of Beds or World of Beds.
We were, yes. We've moved from the world of beds, yeah.
Was that 2019? Because wasn't it like around the
Pre-Corbyn
sort of,
election.
That's how I sort of date it.
It was, yeah. It was the Corbyn versus Johnson fierce election debate that we had, didn't we?
Crushing disappointment.
Not a lot's happened since then.
No, nothing at all. There's nothing we could possibly have to talk about.
No, that's happened since then. Well, you know, it is the obvious joke. Nothing has happened, but you know what? I was actually having a peruse earlier of what was happening the next year, last year, because you know, like how people keep saying, "Oh, it's 2016. We went to a parallel universe, and it's got worse ever since then, hasn't it?" Like. And it has got progressively shitter. But if we look at it from last year, right? So already last year, right? At this point, we had the Trump on Capitol Hill shit. We had the fucking insurrection going on there, and then the war was kicking off.
Still is.
Well, exactly. So at this point last year, we had those things going on, and we kind of getting away scot-free at the moment. We've just had a few celebrity deaths.
We're off to a half decent start, is what you're saying.
Yeah, just
The fact that like the things haven't obliterated us immediately, and we're like.
Although having said that, the clock has gone closer to midnight, hasn't it?
It has, which like with the efficiency that you bring to like podcast editing and getting this stuff out, we could all have been nuked. People would be listening to this in the post-apocalyptic wasteland.
Well, at least someone can listen to it at some point. You know what I mean? That's the thing about these things.
All that survives the apocalypse, cockroaches, and the
imagine the only historical record left for future entities to study is this.
It's frightening thought, isn't it?
Is this?
Oh,
You know what? I'd prefer this to whatever.
Well, the BBC had put something properly fucking dire out, wouldn't they? Some maudlin. Remember, the Queen died. That happened.
Exactly. So really,
Queen.
It was peak negativity last year, wasn't it? Man? I
wasn't
was so annoyed about the
Paddington
Queen.
Bear took her away.
The everything was radio and TV was shut, man. You know, for a month. We were forced to mourn. We were a nation in mourning. Do you remember that?
I do. Captain Tom. Captain were mourning him, weren't they?
Oh, Captain Tom, yeah, man.
His daughter was mourning him.
Oh, she was mourning him in Antigua or some shit.
All the cash.
Making too much money.
No, the money was just resting in her account. How dare you? How dare Pete? That's what she said. How dare you accuse me of that?
Are we in Smethwick?
You know what?
Are we? Like, I was asking Shaun, where is this?
Right.
Where is this location?
So I've been here a couple of months now, and I think I've realised it because these are the questions I've been asking. People say, "Where do you live?" and I don't know. So we're kind of on a nexus point here of Bearwood, Edgbaston, Smethwick. We're still technically Birmingham, I think, but it's an amalgamation of all of them. Winston Green just down there.
I've got a story about Smethwick.
Oh yeah.
Of
course you have.
I have, because back in the day, a long time ago, in the 90s. Remember in the 90s when things were better? In the 90s? In the 90s. In the 90s, do house clearances, which is basically picking over the bones of the dead. So like,
you've mentioned house clearances before. Are you going to say the same story?
I don't know. Is it about the guns?
I don't know.
Is
it was about a house clearance. How many house clearance in stores you got?
I've loads. Did lots of house clearances. You can't do them. Well, you can do them. People still do house clearances. The way it works, you turn up at a house where somebody's died, and like the relatives want to sell it because they want the money, and it's full of stuff. So you turn up, and you say, you try and work out what you'll get for the stuff, and then how much you're going to charge them to take it away. You can't really do it now because you've got to have like waste fucking carriers licenses and stuff like that. Back in the day, you just drag it in a field and burn it, the stuff you didn't want, and then sell the good stuff. We went to a house in Smethwick and it was full of guns. So we used to have an advert in the Express and stuff.
What kind of guns are we talking about?
Well, the story is the woman phoned us up and said like her dad had died, and he brought lots of stuff back from World War II. And we were thinking like uniforms. You know what?
And stuff. I think this is the same anecdote. You know.
Right. Well, there you go. That was in Smethwick, and that. So it's
yes. You know what it was. Yeah.
It's like kind of like synergy that we've moved to Smethwick. Did we? Well, not so.
We should have listened to it.
Yeah. Well, so this is what happens when you go out live. Well, it's not live, is it? Because this is going to get edited, and nobody's going to hear this until after the apocalypse.
It won't get edited. It will just be. It will be fiddled with. It won't get edited to a degree. It will just be.
Here we are in Smethwick anyway.
I just edit the placing of the songs to make it look like I've spoke up to the vocal when I haven't.
Right.
But that's because I can't do it live. But never mind. I'm giving away the things there.
Technical. I didn't understand a word of that.
Good. Yeah, no, there's no editing. It's fine. Okay, right then. First tune or not? I think. Well, we go back and we're gonna listen to a tune. While we do that, we're gonna go back and listen to the other podcasts, and we're gonna listen to all the anecdotes. We're gonna write them all down.
To be fair, we could just reuse them. There's only about 5 people who've ever heard them the first time.
Vic will be like, hold on a minute, I've heard this before.
Yeah, Dave as well. He'll be like, I've heard that. I've heard about the guns and the police and Central News. My claim to fame, that is.
Do you want to finish it then?
Well, not really. It's it was a house in Smethwick, and what the guy had brought back from World War II was basically loads of fucking guns, including a Piat, like an anti-tank gun. So we were like, no, you need to phone the police. We can't.
I was going to say, isn't that illegal to just hold on to them? Do they get to a point where they become like antiques and they're no longer weapons?
Well, that was our thing. That's why we were doing it. We were like, we traded in antiques and collectibles is what we were looking for. So we could have transitioned into being arms dealers. But
vintage arms dealers. Vintage arms dealers. That sounds less terrorism.
Imagine how much money I'd be making. Imagine how much money I'd be making out of Ukraine now if I'd have made that transition.
Selling vintage weapons.
Sliding doors, man. Sliding doors without Gwyneth Paltrow.
Would you like to be doing that though? A warlord.
Really?
It'd be quite the career you've had then. If you ended up as a warlord.
Taxi driver.
How's it got to here?
It's like, how do you trace that one? He's like,
how's it got to here?
I've got moral qualms about the whole dealing in death. I mean, it's like, you've got to draw your line somewhere, haven't you?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, as long as you make them sign a disclaimer that like these aren't to be used in death.
Yeah.
Defense only.
Defense only.
Defense.
Non-lethal.
Yeah.
Non-lethal vintage for presentation only.
Britain makes a lot of money in defence. It makes nothing in attack.
Yeah, so can we go back to land of beds a second? I need to go back to land of beds because we had an idea And everybody, I'm sure we had it on. We might have had it before the podcast, and nobody would have heard our idea. And we didn't mention it, but this is like it's kind of indicative of the failure of life, where you have fantastic ideas, and then you don't follow through on them. The opportunity's missed, and here we are, 4 years later.
Well,
and it hasn't happened.
we're the kings of that, Andy. Right? For instance, right, we've got to start a probe on Sleaford mods at the moment, because they just seem to do all our ideas, and we're not just saying, oh, you know, we would have. These are things that we've implemented and done, but because they're famous, they do them first, and people see it.
Well, we haven't implemented. What we've done is we haven't implemented and done them. We've like come up with an idea, not done anything about it, and then they've done it before we've put it into practice.
You were going to collaborate with Orbital.
Yeah.
Was that on the day? It's a great tune.
No, is it?
I've not heard it.
It's classic Sleaford
Is that the
mods
new one?
and classic Orbital. It's fantastic.
That doesn't sound like it should.
It's a good tune, man.
Dirty Rat.
It's good. It's just good. We're not on a proper radio show. I could play that now. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Can't we play that?
I don't know.
Huh?
I have no idea.
What kind of shonky podcast am I on here? Well, do you know who I am?
I mean, like we could always play it and see what happens.
Yeah.
But anyway,
let's do that then.
The missed opportunity from the last time, or it might even have been the time before, when we were outside Land of Beds, because we could see it out your window, couldn't we? We were Land of Beds. Was it World of Beds?
World of Beds, something like that. Yeah. Land of Beds sounds better.
Land of Nod, whatever it was.
I think it was Land of Beds and World of Beds. It was the bed. I used to call it the bed quarter.
Extreme Sports Centre for disabled people, Land of Stairs, and we did nothing with it. Or was it World of Stairs?
A land of stairs would imply that it's all one plane, isn't it?
It would, yeah.
The world is multi-level.
Well, I don't know, because England's multi-level, isn't it? That's England. Wales land, that's quite hilly. Scotland's even hillier than the other two put together.
King's Landing. Should I listen to that then? See what happens.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean? Let's see what happens.
The Orbital track. I don't know.
That angry guy from Nottingham will come down, or Sleaford, he'll come down.
No, honestly,
you can just get a strike when you try to upload it, to YouTube or.
We'll worry about that later.
So yeah, anybody who's listening to this, you could have heard Sleaford mods.
We got local
so you probably
bands
as well just turning this off. Go to YouTube.
You know what? No, fuck Sleaford mods. Why are we promoting Sleaford mods when they're stealing our bloody ideas, man?
We just started talking, and it came up because they
implementing ideas, dreams that never happened.
Well,
how does this happen, man? How does Sleaford mods always come up all the time? Remember our first gig, Dave?
You emailed him once, didn't you? Wasn't it?
Yeah, I did email.
I slept with a girl that was sort of friends with one of them.
I set up a finger, what's it called?
To get him on the job centre phone message.
A petition to get the song played.
And they've been bugging our phones ever since.
Is this similar to the trip to wherever it was in Wales that we went to play in the town that Goldie Looking Chain came from?
Newport. Yeah.
That's it. And was it Teflon who destroyed the drum kit?
He dived onto the drums.
He dived into the drum kit.
He dived into a drum kit, yeah.
Was that our drum kit?
I can't
I
remember.
don't think it was.
Smashing other people's drum kit.
Nobody seemed to care. The drum kit had been smashed up, as I recall. And you had like your number one super fan was there.
Yeah.
Who?
Some guy from Newport.
That was it. There was some guy that messaged us going, "Can you play Newport?" And I was like, "Well, I do like Newport." So we went up to Newport, and he wasn't even there, was he? At first, I think he was double booked or something. Like.
Yeah.
He turned up later.
He knew all of the words, which not even you know all the words.
Certainly not. No, me neither. Man.
Yeah, man. He took me right by surprise.
I thought he was going to come on the bus back with us. I thought, he's ours now.
Yeah.
So what about it? Yeah, Wales, man. We need to do another tour. We need to be. Bet you're itching to get back on the road with us.
I'd love to do it again. Yeah, it's always just wrong, isn't it? But so right.
Yeah, exactly.
What was that?
Nail on
place in North Welling? What's that?
Wellingborough. Oh, we could definitely go back to Wellingborough. That wouldn't be a problem.
That pub's not there though now, is it?
That one isn't, but they do. Well, I think they do a different night somewhere else.
It was good, that pub. Because you could get out the back gate where you were parked at the back, where you'd have private surfaces.
That was
and to the table.
None of this furtive nonsense in a pub toilet off an iPhone bollocks. Proper,
It's sort of like
your own.
sort of like an attempted murder at the back of that pub. Like when I played there once with, I don't know if that was Silver Shores or Lucky 27. It might have been both. And there's just some like
What? 2 different gigs.
well, we
the
obviously
same
at the same
time?
time.
Right.
Like, same night. So like there was a woman who was out on the road, and then all of a sudden this car just tried to run her over, and she like ran behind a tree. And the car drove up, and they were like, "Who is that?" And she was like, "No, he's all right, he's all right." So it's obviously like a husband or boyfriend or something, and he tried to kill her.
People often try and kill their
And
spouses.
yeah,
don't
she
they?
was sticking
That's
up for him.
normal.
He was like, "No, like you need to report that to the police." He's like, "No, it's not." Like, he literally just tried to run you over. Like
She was a moomin.
When you
that was
said
my.
when you said that there was, you saw an attempted murder, I thought there was a couple of crows on a bench.
Well,
No, it was
that's
a, it was a
not-
No,
literal
An attempted murder is one trying to get another one over.
No.
Because you can't,
No,
because
no,
one
it's-
crow isn't a murder, is it?
Last
No,
time,
yeah, 2 crows is an attempted murder, though.
Isn't that a murder?
that's just
No,
a
it's
couple of crows.
A
Isn't it?
couple. It's attempted murder, isn't it?
And then 3 is a murder.
3.
So
How many crows is a murder? 3.
How many is
I don't know. It's just a collective noun, isn't
collective
it?
noun.
Yeah, well,
it's three,
technically
so,
it's 2,
okay,
but I
yeah.
quite like the spin you've put on it.
I like
Yeah,
the
so
whole
it's-
unkindness
two
of
crows is
ravens
attempted.
my favourite. Like when we were there at the wedding,
There, you can bring it up. We'll do like the full Joe Rogan. Like, bring that up, Dave.
One day.
How many crows is a
Oh,
murder?
I haven't got widening into it at the moment. We're not quite there yet.
we're out the back in the van taking advantage of private surfaces, and loads of kids came playing fucking Pokemon Go. So, like, Pokemons clearly had come to the gig. Well, that was just quite surreal. It's just why the like children outside the van.
What? Our gig?
Just like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I've
that's,
just come out here for a quiet line. I'm going to end up on the sex offenders register. Not at all what I signed up for.
Just fact checking, by the way, it's 3 crows is the minimum for a murder.
Oh, right. So
So
2
what's
is
two?
an
So
attempted.
2 is an
So
attempted
2 is an
murder.
attempted murder, yeah.
We're calling the 3rd one over.
Or is it just a couple of crows? Is an attempted murder a thing?
Is 1 crow a suicide?
I mean, I'll tell you what, anybody who's like downloaded this and listening to it, well, do you know what I mean? The important issues of the day.
Dave was worrying about structure of this
Well,
thing, so we came up with the structure.
I wasn't worried about
I was like,
script-
don't
no.
worry, we'll get derailed within the first 5 minutes.
Well, we'll take a break here then. As speaking of which, we'll listen to a
We'll set
song.
ourselves straight.
Because coincidentally, we are while we've doing, we might as well plug this gig. Pass me that flyer, please. For the audience at home. Okay, so Shaun Gambowl, the Plagiarists, are playing with Cracked Actors and Rotunda on Friday the 17th of February.
I'll put the flyer up on the screen.
Put the flyer up on the
You'll
screen.
be able to see that if you're watching.
If you're watching,
not
if you're watching
listening.
this on YouTube, obviously on the Patreon, you get it 3 days in advance. If you pay £2.50, and when you get when it goes on YouTube, you'll have all the pictures. It's actually better to just watch on YouTube because it'd be better in it. So the majority of the tunes tonight are basically just the band's off here because I was that lazy. I couldn't be asked to do that. So we're going to start off with Birmingham.
That's a good idea.
It's
It's like a showcase.
It is, yeah. So from Birmingham, Cracked Actors.
Called me, said, "Hey, mister, won't you pick me up?" I said, "Anything for you, my little clutterbuck." I changed my threads, I thought I looked so fine. I'm going out, I got love on my mind. I picked you up in my escort van. I said, "Hey, baby, I've got a plan." You said, "Hush, my little honeybee, 'cause tonight it's all about me, me, me. I wanna dance, I wanna scrub my thing. I wanna move just like a puppet on a string. Let's hit the bright lights, we can't go wrong, and follow the white line all night long. Do you remember we danced to Charlestown? Do you remember we danced to waltz? Do you remember we danced to tango and the boogie, woogie, 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 of course? danced the Charleston? Do you remember we danced the waltz? Do you remember we danced the tango and the boogie, woogie, 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 of course? I wanna dance, I wanna scrub my thing. I wanna move just like a puppet on a string. Let's hit the bright lights, we can't go wrong. And follow the white line all night long. Do you remember we danced the Charleston? Do you remember we danced the waltz? Do you remember we danced the tango and the boogie, woogie, 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 of course? Do you remember we danced the Charleston? Do you remember we danced the waltz? Do you remember we danced the tango and the boogie, woogie, 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 of course? So boogie, woogie, Chattanooga, choo-choo, and the boogie, woogie, 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 of course.
Right. That was. What was that?
It was the Cracked Actors, wasn't it?
That was the Cracked Actors, Puppet on a Swing. You can catch them, as I say, at the Old Moseley Arms, Digbeth, 17th February.
Is anybody else playing at that game?
Yeah. We got Rotunda. We got Shaun Gambowl, a plucky young upstart band from Birmingham. Shaun Gambowl and the Plagiarists. Hearing big things about them. So
I was hoping that new up and coming Birmingham band, the Northern Boys, would be on there because they're obviously they're the best Birmingham band now, aren't they?
Who are the Northern Boys?
Have you not heard the Northern Boys?
No.
They're just wrong. Do you know the Northern Boys?
What's going on here?
I thought you were all in on. I thought you were all in on some sort of
No,
knowledge.
one of them was like a couple of them were teachers at Bishop.
Veazey?
Yeah. I don't think Vic knows them, although maybe Vic does know them. Maybe Vic's in them.
I was going to say maybe Vic's in them.
I mean,
Maybe Vicky's.
somebody's got decent phone reception.
You did you remember any tunes from the last podcast you're on?
Yeah, I remember. Well, I don't remember the tune. I remember I remember the 10 bags.
Yeah, 10 bags.
You played 10 bags, and I was ripping the piss out of the name 10 bags, and then the tune was really good.
It was
And
Bella Ciao.
Bella Ciao.
Bella Ciao, of course, yes.
Yeah.
How could I forget? I thought, yeah, absolutely mint. And then the singer Niall added me on Facebook afterwards. So, cause anybody listening to this, I am desperate for validation. So please, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram. If you could like some pictures of me, that'd be fantastic.
To be fair, that was me. I messaged him. I was like, give this a listen. He's a former anarchist, you know. Cause
Former.
I thought like, you know,
A disillusioned anarchist.
yeah.
I think.
I think that's.
Now I'm just a disillusioned human.
He's contemplating vintage arms.
That's how me and Dave that's how what we said we would approach Andy with.
I think that's what we called you. Yeah, I was promoting.
Yeah, well,
that was in all the marketing material.
Well, I think at the time I was actually a member of the Labour Party. I joined the Labour Party, got on the whole Corbyn train. I was really enthusiastic about Corbyn. I cancelled my direct debit from a Labour Party membership the day Keith won the leadership.
I cancelled mine like only a few months ago. I was like, I'll hang in there for a bit in case there's any sort of a vote.
Was it really?
But it's like there's no point
you
in this.
just not got round to cancelling it? It was optimism or laziness?
There was no optimism. There was no optimism. It was just on the off chance that something
something good might happen.
Exactly.
No, nothing good has happened, has it?
No.
I mean, Johnson, he came and went, didn't he? One shit straight after another. Liz Truss, how many days was Liz Truss?
47, was it?
47 days. Longer than a lettuce, anyway. Lettuce outlasted her. And then we've had Rishi Sunak, right? And to be fair, before Christmas, I started thinking, where is it? He's not doing anything. He's not in the papers. Like, literally not doing anything. And now he's like hiding over his mates who aren't paying tax bills.
Well, I mean,
That's what he's been doing.
was
He's
just
been
carelessness.
quietly doing that.
I mean, it's
to be
like
fair, we've all done it. We've all done
we
it.
have. I mean, who of us haven't set up a trust in Gibraltar in the name of a family member, transferred the shares of our company to it, sold them for £27 million, and just simply forgot to pay tax?
It is easily done. It is easily done. To be fair. So we let
I mean,
Let he who is without sin cast the first stone.
well, exactly. I'm not casting any stones. I used to sign on at 2 job centres
Oh yeah, fair play.
and go to college.
God, that's you know what? Signing on in one job centre was like hard enough work. Doing two, I mean, you were going for it. Man.
No, this was the 90s, mate. In the 90s, people were less angry. Because everybody's fucking angry. It's Facebook, really. Do you know what I mean?
It hasn't helped.
Facebook has made everybody angry. So in the 90s, you could do house clearances, burn shit in fields. Nobody cared. Yeah. Now, if there's a fire, you see it on your local Facebook group. See, they say, is it legal? Is it legal to have a fire?
It's young people.
Well, that's what the words say. But if they were speaking, is it fucking legal? Is it legal to have a fire? I've got my washing out. It's fucking February, but I got my washing out anyway. It's taking fucking angry. You see them like asylum seekers on the telly. They've come on a boat. You see them there, fucking shivering, like fucking dazed and confused. 6 hours in the fucking freezing cold channel, and people there looking at him, how dare he, the fucking audacity. Look at him, all alive.
Why can't they just get a plane?
Yeah, fucking madness.
Why don't they just buy a ticket?
We never used to be angry about it in the 90s. In the 90s, when you signed on, before 94, 1994, everything fucking changed.
94 was that?
94 was the year everything went to shit.
Was there a certain month or a certain date? Or?
Well, just it kind of gradually, bad things happened through the year. So you had like the criminal justice bill, which was like the first protest I ever went to.
The stopping the rave one.
Well, not specific. They didn't name raves. They named music.
Sound system, isn't it? With
No, music with a repetitive beat.
Beats, and that's yes.
Now, I'm no like music theorist, but isn't like the very nature of a beat, if you've got one, that it is repetitive.
That is true.
Is there an official government person in the field going, that's repeated?
So if
that's repeated there. Oh no, it hasn't quite repeated yet, Tom.
So basically,
give us an update from the film. There's a beat it seems to change every now and then. It's not quite repetitive. I'm keeping my ear on it.
The dubious repetitive beats panel.
If you ever program the drum machine on the track that you're listening to, if they're really bad, then no. So yeah,
no, you've just got an out of time drummer.
That's it, yeah, like Ringo Starr apparently. So like 94, so you got Criminal Justice Act. So the big change in that was they changed the caution, the police caution. So it used to be you have the right to remain silent, but anything you do say will be taken down and can be used in evidence against you.
Can be and will be.
Well,
that's what they say, I think.
Now, it's you have the right to remain silent, but it may harm your defence if you neglect to mention something that you later rely on in court. So essentially, you don't. So that changed. An unemployment benefit, because you used to sign on, if you didn't have a job, you had a benefit for being unemployed. You used to get a form called UB40. That was your signing on form. I had 2 of them because I was a cheeky cunt. Stafford and Brownhills. So.
You're the reason why it's going to shit.
So, but they changed it.
If you're doing it, who else was doing it? How many can you have?
So they sacked
7.
off unemployment benefit and replaced it with job seekers allowance. So that put like a kind of like a responsibility on you that you've got to be seeking a job to qualify for job seekers allowance, which is just like escalated now. It's like universal credit thing where you're doing more work on universal credit than most fuckers who've got a job.
Yeah, I get that, but just speaking devil's advocate here, like, isn't that just to stop people from having 2 UB40s, like, which is a bit taking the piss, a bit greedy, isn't it? Greedy poor people.
Yeah. I mean, it has like that. It's that resentment, isn't it? That level of resentment of people. Oh, he's getting something for nothing, and people are really angry about that shit. But if you think like, if you didn't have unemployment benefit where you could just fucking claim it, you had to justify nothing other than I haven't got a job. That's That's how you qualify. Not having a job, being unemployed was how you got
because he
unemployment.
puts the onus
benefit.
on the government to provide jobs, doesn't it?
Well, then you could hang around at home then, and you could fucking hang around with your mates. You could start a band, like, I don't know, like fucking Spiral Carpets or Stone Roses or Oasis or Happy Mondays. None of that shit would have happened without unemployment benefit. The only people now, like culture, it's killed culture. The only people now who can sit around just like perfecting their art are fucking posh twats. So you've got, I don't know, fucking James Blunt and the
Idols,
Mumford and fucking Sons.
Idols are a middle class punk band.
Nazi banjo players. I mean, that's it. Same with like acting. You'd never have a Bob Hoskins or like a Michael Caine again. You'll only now have like middle class twats whose parents can support them. It's like poor kids. If you're listening to this and you're poor, abandon your dreams.
Well,
we fucked it.
Well, we
fucked up the country.
It's the way they've
Your
worded
life, we've pissed all over it.
It's
with
the
our
way
meanness.
the way they've worded it as the cost of living. You know what I mean? The cost of existing. You know what I mean?
Cost of existing crisis.
Dreams, you have to pay
Because he
$6.99
lives.
monthly subscription fee for Dreams. We can't quite afford the Dreams. We haven't got the Dream package. We can't afford that. We just to get the.
I have to
the
say, that
basic.
it's nice and warm in here.
Well, because to be fair, and as I was saying earlier, since moving in here, we've had a lot of hundreds of pounds worth of like free energy from.
You hundreds of pounds of free energy. You're heating the shit out of the place.
Yeah, mate, I've gone to
I
sleep
mean, like,
before I left
play,
it on.
fair play.
Like we've got the tokens in it, like, and we just keep getting vouchers for it.
How's this? Why are you getting free energy?
Mate, I just live here.
It just happened there.
I don't do the admin in this house.
okay.
I'm new to the house.
It's going to be a cold
As a custodian of the house,
cold and
he's
hungry
been here
February.
longer than I have. I'm
gonna
just
be
here.
cold and
I just
hungry.
wondered if there was a if I could get in on it. That is all. It's just like, how are you doing this?
It keeps coming through the post every now and then.
Fair
We're
enough.
sitting around on the
Don't
sofa,
worry.
and he goes, "By the way, Dave, an envelope just come through the door with another £150 gas thing." And I say, "Cool."
For people listening to this post-apocalypse, when this finally goes out, these fuel vouchers are something we had before the Russians nuked us.
No
Like food and
No one's nuking anyone. Although the doomsday clock will state otherwise. I do remember the doomsday clock thing being a thing when I was young. It was like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, wasn't it?
I think it's
That
been
is
like 1
got-
minute to
It's
for like
got-
ages
I
or something.
think it went
to
down a couple of
seconds
years
now,
ago.
It's like,
10 seconds now.
I remember the
it's-
Maiden tune, 2 minutes to midnight.
Yeah, man. Like, that's probably what it was. But like, it's going down. Like,
I'm not sure
don't you
what
think
that was
they've
about.
over-egged the pudding though? Like,
It's
because
just-
now it's like
like,
you have
what
to walk that back,
happens-
don't you? Because
like-
it's like if it gets worse
Thing
and
is,
it's not
like-
nuclear Armageddon, we've got like 10 seconds to play with.
Right,
haven't we?
so-
It's like quarter
What
past. It's
constitutes
quarter
so
past.
it's like, so like this thing, like, so let's say the scientists go, oh, it's midnight now. Does that mean we have to like?
Exactly.
But if the end of the world does happen, no one's gonna be around to do a press conference saying it's
Yeah.
now midnight.
No, this is true.
So what's
So-
the closest to midnight we can get
so
before the press conference doesn't happen?
Like the murder of crows, we've raised another subject that we don't understand and can't explain to anyone.
Mate, these are the things we're talking about. This is the things that writing down notes will never
no one listens to
will
this
never
for
make.
answers anyway.
Yeah.
They
The
just come
answers are
the
for you, man.
questions.
The answers. You could you could leave us some comments. In fact,
I'm going to take a picture.
what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to make a separate We Want Less YouTube so we can do all this on here, right? Because Tubes is now head of streaming,
Digital
and,
marketing.
digital media. Tubes is now like
social
online
media manager.
online digital presence is
It's
now
cooler than
Tubes.
social
He's doing all that. He's like.
It's cool.
Tubes is like, oh, what we could do is like we could start streaming.
Content
Like
creation.
it's easy. It's no problem. We can set it up, no problem. I was like, I'll leave it with you then, Tubes. 3 days later, he's like, I've been up like all night for the past 3 days. It's easy. I've just got it. Just got to do this. 4 days later, yes. It's done. But anyway, we've sorted it now, so we can be. We can just we can stream ourselves to more people. Another avenue to ignore us on. That's all.
Our digital propaganda arm,
You know what I mean?
broadcasting our shit.
It's like, I've heard people say it's like the geezer blotters the other day. It's like, oh, you guys should be bigger than what you are, man. You're like, what's going on? What are you doing? I was like, well, it's there. We're there, man. It's just no one.
Just like,
It's nice. It's nice to hear you say that, but you know.
Well, we even come up with a set list, didn't we, in practice? So this year, we're taking it
Whoa,
seriously.
whoa,
We've had a
whoa,
set
whoa,
list.
whoa.
It's a Venn diagram, wasn't it?
It was something like basically there was some sort of structure to what we might play at a gig, which is
I'm
unheard of.
gonna edit all this bit out.
Well, it might not be a
who are
set
you?
list, but we talked about what we were going to play.
We did
It's a Venn diagram.
we did
We've
come
got
up
a
with
Venn
the
diagram.
closest things to set list we've done is this Venn diagram set list. I could probably put that on there at some point. I'll put.
Well, you don't have to do it now.
I have got that,
Get
but
the
there is
image
one.
out.
There is one. I like Andy to see it, but it's somewhere. Just be like, yes, that's a good Venn diagram.
Yeah.
I made a Venn diagram.
Oh yeah.
I did recently of Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Angry people on local Facebook.
Oh yeah.
They,
Yeah.
aff-
I think I might have seen that.
they affect me. They affect me. These people.
I love
There's
it.
there's like three main groups. There's like people whose dog is the centre of the universe. There's people who want to bring back national service, and there's people who like immigration. Everything is to blame with immigration, and they all intersect in the losing their shit on Facebook. So like the national service people and the dog people, they both think that fireworks, especially if youths have got them, are the root of all evil. And like some of them, like the immigration people and the national service people, they're like thick as fucking mints, and they all wear Help for Heroes hoodies. And it's just like you just know who these people are. They walk amongst us. It's been all angry, but it's not just that they're angry. It's just they're fucking thick as well.
Yeah,
It's
but
just
not
there.
always. Right?
They're just there.
My favourite one, right, is the Royal Town of Sutton Coldfield group, right? Which kind of shows where this is going, because you could just say Sutton Coldfield, but there's the Royal Town of Sutton Coldfield. Right?
It's not anymore,
Right,
is it?
and this
It's-
right.
is it not?
So the most recent one I saw was someone was saying, so they had a picture of someone's bank card they found while on a walk, very noble, putting up a card there, but it wasn't. But the preceding part of the message was, while I was going to my voluntary litter pick up on Sutton Coldfield Park, I happened to come across this bank card. Whose is it? It's like, you did not need to put voluntary litter pick. I said, what do you mean? And this has happened a lot. There was another one during the pandemic.
Was
It
she
like,
accused of virtue signalling?
I accused her of just saying things that didn't need to be said. And I think there was another one in that same group during the pandemic. It was like, while I was giving blood at the hospital, I overheard a nurse say that Aldi aren't doing opening early for nurses. Is this true? Like,
They're asking on the Royal Sutton Coldfield Facebook.
yeah, but they didn't give a fuck. They didn't give a fuck if it was open. They just wanted
They
to
just
tell
wanted
the
to say
world
that they'd be
they were
giving
giving
blood.
blood. It might be, I wonder if it was the same woman. I guess it's fuck it. Yes, say it's the same woman.
My local place was Spotted Burntwood. I'm not just banned from it, I'm blocked. I can't even fucking see it. I don't feel like I'll tell you the level of fucking people on there of just desperately fucking thick they are.
Yeah.
Chasewater, it's like a country park, big reservoir. Some guy, I don't know if he killed himself or they thought he'd killed himself, like all his clothes and stuff were left on a bench at the side of the lake. And the first comment was, so this woman go, "Oh no, my dog loves going for a walk over there." The fuck is your dog? Some poor bastard has taken their own life, and you'll be, "Oh no, my dog." Oh, you think your dog's going to be sad?
Like, it's like, fair enough for thinking about that, yeah. But you don't need to put it on Facebook. They have to put every thought on there, man. Yeah. Like my parents are in their 70s, and they're kind of getting involved in there. My dad loves it. Like, it was around the other day. He just gets his phone out. He goes, my mum's like, "What are you doing, Mike?" He goes, "I'm just seeing what people are living about."
Yeah, I mean that's what it's for. Harry, they're really livid about Harry and Meghan. Angry
Harry-
about
Harry's-
my mum's angry about Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is your mum like a monarchist, or is she just living for other reasons?
I'm not really sure.
She got robbed by a ginger man.
I think she liked the Queen. I think she was very sad when the Queen
They all
died.
like the Queen, don't they? the old people?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just like, I think what she was like angry about was, well, not so much angry. She'd had enough of like hearing about Harry all the time and Harry's book. But then she said to me, "Will you get me the book?" So I think she's livid for the sake of being livid. I mean, but she's livid. She keeps hearing about this, but she wants to keep hearing about it. It's just like it's.
Maybe we should. I don't know. Maybe we should get the book. We should do it.
It's another thing. People weren't like that in the 90s.
Well, like what?
Just livid about shit all the time.
Oh, they were. They just didn't have Facebook. Of course,
We
they
thought
were.
it was funny,
dude.
We had scandals in the 90s. We had David Mellor shagging some model in his Chelsea top. We thought it was ace. It was funny as fuck.
But the things people were saying to each other and muttering to each other in living rooms in the 90s is the same they're saying now, but they're just putting it on Facebook.
It's just amplified,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I said David Mellor with his Chelsea top thing. Apparently, it wasn't true. John Major, he's had his back to basics thing. He was having an affair with Edwina Curry. We thought it was funny.
Queen of Curry.
Queen of curry, the egg.
Queen of curry, queen of
Queen of eggs, if anything. But back in the 90s, I think this is the thing, because now people just have sex, don't they? Because they're too busy being angry about other shit. So it's like, in the 90s, people like had nookie and bonked. So like, people are just too angry now to come up with like quaint comedy names for sex. I think that we could sure.
That's where society is these days. There's no
Nobody's
quaint,
having any nookie. Do you know what I mean? That's not happening anymore.
there's no quaint fucking.
At a push, people are shagging. Do you know what I mean? But that's as far as it goes. People are too angry about other shit.
To be fair, Andy, perhaps there are, but these are terms coming up by 20-year-olds. You know, we ain't hanging out with 20-year-olds because they do our fucking heads in.
I don't
So
think
they
I know
probably
any.
do. Like, if
I
you
don't
go on
know any
TikTok,
I do
there's
know
probably
it's
loads,
a
isn't
lie.
there?
I do know a 20-year-old. She's my mate's daughter. Like, I don't.
Ask her, phone her up.
I've got a dad's phone number.
Phone her up. Listen, I know it sounds weird, but like, can I just ask your daughter what she calls sex, please? It's for a podcast. It's for a podcast. Listen back to it. You'll get the context. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, that was interesting.
It was, wasn't it? And like, I suppose.
Where are we on this schedule? Like, have you still got like
Oh, mate.
we've got content for days.
Well, we've mentioned Doomsday Clock. We've mentioned.
There's an actual like agenda to this.
Not really.
No,
There's
just
an
told.
outline.
There's an outline.
No, well, it's very. I learned from you before not to do too much of a. You know, I was surprised yesterday's conversation went so well when I asked you to maybe do a little bit of prep.
Well, yeah, I mean, you said like the list of top 5 things. So
Top 5 things. Well, funnily enough, I also found a list of Liz Truss's top 5 things to take on a plane with her, but it's outdated now.
why? Because of the post-apocalypse, there's no planes anymore. God, since the Russians bombed everyone,
All right, I tell you what.
there's no point in talking about that now.
I tell you what, we'll play a tune, right, and we'll come back. We'll come back and we'll get stuck in with some top
I thought you were having a
fives.
fit then or something. I just...
Play some tune. Play a tune.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dave's had a
Tune.
stroke. It's all ruined.
Play a
Podcast's
tune.
over. Dave's.
Right. So, funnily enough, there's a gig coming up on this Friday, the 17th of February at the Old Moseley Arms, and this is one of the bands.
It's not the old Moseley Arms, is it?
I've been keep saying that, haven't I?
It's just the Moseley Arms. I
Well,
think.
no one's going to go anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I might as well say it's at the NEC. Well, playing. This is Rotunda, punk rock casualties.
You quit the punk rock scene for a job and a beauty queen. Now no one cares about you. Now no one cares. You said you wanted more. What is your ratings for? Now no one cares about you. Now no one cares. They say you're so uptight. No one rings you up at night. Says you left the family. They say you're so uptight. No one rings you up at night. Says you left the family. Punk rock casualty. Oi, oi. 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 Ten years what your mum calls noise. 10 years of oi, 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 oi. Now no one cares about you. Now no one cares. You said you wanted more. What is your brain for? Now no one cares about you. Now no one cares. They say you're so uptight. No one rings you up at night. Says you left the family. They say you're so uptight. No one rings you up at night. Says you left the family. Punk rock casualty. Oi, oi. 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 Punk rock casualty.
Right, and yeah, welcome back. That was I think that was Rotunda. I wonder where they're from. Is that named after the old Rotunda?
Who knows?
Who knows? We'll ask them. on 17th of February.
Are other bands playing on that?
Down at the
There is
New Moseley Arms.
I love that you keep having to look at the flyer like you can't remember where your own fucking gig is.
There is
It's
a
just
band
the-
playing. All right.
Who else is playing that gig?
Yes,
I mean, you've been talking about writing down set lists. It's just lies, isn't it? You're writing nothing down. You're planning nothing.
Talk about writing things down. Like,
Yeah, I mean, but so,
the thing I'm reading off, I didn't. This is someone else's doing.
I've been to a gig which was like 25 minutes of Shaun writhing around on the floor making whale noises.
We wouldn't award for that gig.
You can't fool
First
me.
Whale Noises Award.
You can't fool me that anything's been fucking planned at all. I'm having none of it. I find it very odd when people bullshit me. It's like, do you know what I mean? 'Cause it's almost like you care what I think. And I don't care what I think. Why do you? Why do you feel the need to?
I think the only thing that was planned is
come across as organised.
Is Tubes coming in. Tubes joining the band is the only thing that was planned.
Wasn't planned to me though.
Yeah, you were groomed. You were groomed for a position. You were groomed for a position. You were headhunted.
Yeah.
You were headhunted.
I sort of I found myself playing it. I was like, hang on, I think I'm in a band now. Like, I'm not sure how this is.
We had loads of CVs. We had loads of applications, but we went and headhunted you, man.
I think we were sporting Goldie looking chain, and you made your debut.
That's where first gig. But like we were sort of jamming for a bit. You're like, do you want to just sort of play? I was like, yeah, I'll just play. And then it was like, oh, I got a gig. Do you want to do that? Yeah, I'll do the gig. And then couple of gigs later, like Nick's on stage, you know, so it's like, hang on, there's a bass, but like, there seems to be a band forming around me here.
There was no practice sessions. Get thrown in. It was that band are playing at the now a fully formed 7-piece band. Shaun, Gambowl, Walsh, and the Plagiarists were playing with Rotunda and the Cracked Actors. A Boston night of entertainment. 0121's finest. All right, Bab.
All right, Bab.
Right. Andy, I believe you've got some sort of top 5.
Well, you've just inadvertently touched on my top 5 list.
Oh yeah. Oh,
What a segue.
The top 5 list of top 5 lists.
They are.
And one of them is the list of times, the top 5 times that people have said to me, "Are you from Birmingham?" So I'm not from Birmingham, but if I travel 50 miles in any direction, people are like, "Are you from Birmingham?" So I've got like a kind of Chase accent, which is closer to Yam Yam than Birmingham. But, do you know what I mean? But,
To the untrained ear.
But it's neither to people further away. And I said I'll do you a top 5 list of top 5 lists and give you one off each list. You might get 2, but you're only getting one off this. Paris 2006.
So hold on a minute. So how many top 5 lists have you made?
I've made
It's
one
top 5 list.
one top 5 list of the top 5 of the list of top 5 things that have happened in 5 separate categories.
Right, so
And you're going to get an average of one off each one.
Right,
If I'm pushed, I'll give you others.
So it's a top 5 of the number ones of the
Absolutely,
top 5.
this is absolutely as confusing as I hoped it would be. But the top,
I don't think it even has to be the top one. I think it's just
It's just
any one of
It's
them.
just
But no,
top
but
five.
this is the top one. 2006 in Paris for the French changed the law, so like anybody like under
Do we have to
26.
guess what the list is from? What it's from?
No, you don't have to guess it. There's no guessing involved.
I like that though.
But this is the number one time I've been asked, "Are you from Birmingham?" I'm in Paris, 2006. There's a riot going on. French have tried to change the law.
Andy, you had this on the last one.
Orange should we play?
Yeah, I think so. Well, say it again.
Well, so only 5 people heard
How
that.
do you remember all of this?
How do you?
I don't know fucking idea.
I don't. I mean, I must be that remember because I don't remember this. But yeah, so I duck into a greengrocer's, and I say to the guy, because you don't want to be the English guy abroad who just shouts stuff in English very loudly and slowly. 2 oranges, please, mate.
It just happens though.
2 oranges.
Easily done, isn't it?
2 oranges, should we play? Geezer behind thinks says, "You from Birmingham?" Worse it was, he wasn't even from Paris, he was from fucking Algeria. But he's got a cousin.
He's got a cousin, what, from Birmingham?
Yeah.
And he recognised that voice.
He's seen Lenny Henry on TV. He saw Lenny Henry on TV. So that's the top 1.
Top 1. There's another one of that. I was with a guy, like a mate, and we're in Cheltenham in a pub talking to these girls. He's Scottish. They thought I was from Birmingham, and they thought he was a Scouser. And he was far. He was very upset. He's like from Glasgow. It's like a broad Glaswegian accent.
It is bad how like.
I can see where they're coming from though.
Yeah.
It's all well, I mean,
It's confusing. But Cheltenham's quite,
in the sense that it's all unintelligible fucking. It's just,
Yeah.
it's just phlegmatic. It's
just
fucking
pissed up. So they're not a million miles away. I think, to be fair.
Crack.
So the other one, do you want some more on my list?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
So
I've got-
that was that number one we've just had.
That was like that's the top 5. That was off the list of the top
That was
5
two.
times
That was
I've been asked if I'm from Birmingham.
So
that's
two.
number 5 on your top
that
5.
five?
That's
Four.
number 5
So
on
on
my
to
top.
number 4 now.
On number 4
on your list of top 5s.
on my list of top 5s is places I've nearly shit myself coming up on a pill. Or speed.
These are all great. I want to hear all 5 of these.
Or speed and
We're
pills.
gonna have to all work it out, man.
'Cause you know exactly what I'm talking about. Or a line, you do a line, first line of the night, you get that little news story,
Yeah.
guys. You think, I'm going to shit myself. And then you think, oh, should I fart? I
Pavlov's shit.
can't.
Pavlov's shit. I like to call it.
And then you think, oh, I can't. And it's just like, you don't know what
I really need to fart, but
you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Where was it?
Well, the most memorable one off this list was in Aberystwyth on the side of a hill. And I'd gone to the side of the hill because I thought that, I needed shit. So it's like a free party. So I went to the side of the hill and it was like in the dark and I'm in the middle of the night. I thought, right, I'm going to actually try and have a shit, but I didn't need a shit. It was all right. Not only was I not going to shit myself, I didn't need to shit. So that was just mint.
Hold on a minute.
Hold
Hold on a minute. So the number one places you've shit yourself on pills, you didn't actually shit yourself.
No,
No,
nearly
it's
shot.
when
nearly.
Nearly. I've never.
Okay.
The only time
there
there used to be a festival called Dirty Weekend. They kept changing the name of it because it used to get like loads of really
People
bad
shitting
press.
on
Like
pills.
Crust Punk Festival.
People could put shitting themselves at the festival.
I was at that and I was like, I'm going to shit myself. I'm coming up, I'm going to shit myself. They got a toilet block. So there's like a campsite at this where they had it this one year. It was like a really mad year. Really weird things happened there. So I was like in the toilet. There's no toilet paper there, and then just this lad I know, Alex. He's like, oh, "Do you need some toilet paper?" So where the fucking hell did you spring from? And I really did. Do you know, I'd have been wiping my ass with my socks. Do you know what I mean? It was
that's the kind of
bowel evacuation happened that time.
connection. That is. That's fucking.
It was
Your angel and your soul.
really dark
shitting
thing
and
happened
eating.
at that festival. I was lying in my van. Me and Foxy were selling T-shirts at that, and we got there on the Friday. So the festival started on the late Friday afternoon. We got on it on the Friday night, and I'd nearly shit myself. Pills, bit of coke. The next day, Foxy's like feeling pretty good, so he's selling the T-shirts on the store. I'm lying in the van. I'm coming down, and I'm just lying there contemplating a hole in my sock. This girl comes. I got the awning on the van. Foxy was sleeping in the awning. I was sleeping in the camper van. This girl comes in the awning. She's like, "Are you Andy?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She said, "Have you got any cocaine?" "I'm Helen. I'm a cocaine whore."
What an introduction.
Yeah. So I'm coming down. And I'm just fucking. I haven't got any cocaine. And she starts crying. She's like, "Tell her I've got no coke." And she's crying, and she's going, "I can't."
Shit cocaine or then?
She's going like, "I can't cope with the life and stuff." And I'm there, I'm coming down. I can't cope with this. I can't. It's like I'm like, "Are you here with your friends?" She's like, "Yeah, you need to go and find them." I don't need to hear this. I can't deal with this. I mean, I'm lying in my van. I'm gonna have a little cry at the hole in my sock. Do you know what I mean? I don't need you coming. Telling me that you can't.
Don't think it's getting any worse.
You can't. You want to come and tell me like the deep-seated fucking emotional consequences of your addiction? I can't deal with that.
All right, look, I've got a sock of a hole in it.
So I'm just like, no, don't do this to me. Well, she did. She went away and it was all right. And I saw her later and she was happy. So
Good advice.
She found some
Good
cocaine
advice.
she
then.
found some cocaine. Yeah. What she had to do for the cocaine, I just
Well,
had to
everyone-
tell her to her.
Yeah, that's
Maybe,
the
she's, maybe she sewed someone's sock. Better.
it's the magic of festivals, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, okay.
Well, magic's probably not the right word, is it?
One man's magic is another man's curse, I suppose, or woman's curse, or
It's one of the worst things though,
whatever.
when you're having like,
Almost
sort of like
magic
a
is,
bad time. Well, not a bad time, but you're on the sort of like the come down and you're sort of feeling generally sad, and then someone just decides to dump their problems on you. You thought that is gotta be the
Well,
worst.
That's
the,
great, man.
well,
That makes
the-
me feel so much better, I think. I'm like, oh, brilliant, man. Yeah, come on.
I just want to
Come
go
on,
to
man.
bed.
Just-
I can't deal with this.
Take my mind off my
Yeah.
defective
It's like
sock.
You know what?
I feel like that's like normal, how normal people operate when they watch EastEnders and Coronation
Yeah.
Street. Like, yeah,
That's- I
come and
suppose.
tell
That's
me
what
about
it
your
is.
problems, man.
There's
Like,
Yeah,
nothing
come
more than a
tell me
great
about
British
yeah.
Christmas
You
to have
are the
EastEnders.
fucked up motherfucker. Yeah.
Come tell me about your descent into cocaine addiction and sex work. Yeah.
Man, I suppose.
That'll cheer me up.
Well, that's why people are into Facebook, so they can see other people's misfortune.
Yeah, but people just lie on Facebook.
So
don't
really,
they?
you were saying that like, Facebook is the dirge, but Facebook is just a vessel. It's the humans, isn't it? So sometimes it brings us joy to see people livid, but sometimes it makes us livid to see people livid or not livid.
Well, yeah, but Facebook and like, do you know what I mean? Facebook seems to make people livid. Like I was saying earlier, they're livid that people are alive. They're livid that confused-looking geezer on the telly didn't drown in the fucking sea, and there's Nigel Farage on the fucking thing wanking over some machine gun fantasy, and it's just,
Do you know who's getting into comedy now? Katie Hopkins is doing a comedy tour, stand-up tour.
I knew that. I knew that because I've got a friend who lives in Weston-super-Mare, and she actually on Facebook. She messaged me on Facebook to say that like Katie
She got
Hopkins.
tickets.
No. But she was like,
I take it you'll be there, Andy.
she was like, oh, all these people are really angry that like Katie Hopkins is there, and she's like, they're boring the fuck out of her because she's like, well, nobody's going to go and see her anyway, and I think that's probably right. Because like, Katie Hopkins is not going to change any minds, is she, with the comedy tour? Because nobody's thinking. Nobody's sitting around thinking, "Oh, I'm really into comedy."
It's going to be full of journalists. Can't wait to go. Oh, she said this. She said this. Left wing media going. She's been racist.
Yeah. Well, it'll be like nobody's going to be sitting in Weston-super-Mare thinking, "Oh, I want to go to a comedy gig, but Stuart Lee isn't touring here, so I'll have to go and see Katie Hopkins instead." And if they are, then they're not going to come out of the Katie Hopkins gig going, those bastard immigrants and those fucking lefties. I can't believe they get away. It's not happening. Is it? She's not changing anybody's mind.
Well, it's like you're not going to get a righty at a Stuart Lee gig either way.
I mean, the most exciting thing about Katie Hopkins is like she got filmed shagging somebody in a field, didn't she? Do you know what I mean?
Did
Yeah,
she?
she
Yeah.
did.
Oh, she got given the cunt award.
Yeah.
Did she?
You see that? So
Someone made up an award,
some
basically.
sort of, you know what, some rich kid, right? He just set up. He did it all very professionally. Basically, there's a whole video about it. How he like sent like the cunt award. Basically, it was an acronym for C, whatever it was.
Yeah,
It was
whatever
really
it was.
like she couldn't. She did it. They did it really well. They hired a hotel in like Dubai or something to do the award show there. They got everyone there as a fake audience, right? And after a bit when like she see people like enjoying it, she just goes ham racist. Goes on because there's a bit when the narrator goes. At one point we thought, oh, maybe we've gone too far because she seemed quite nice when we first started chatting to her, blah, blah, blah. And then she starts just going hell for leather. And we're like, actually, no, we don't feel bad
She had a
anymore.
brain tumour.
And then behind it, she's got this statue behind it. It says cunt, and she does see it at some point. And she's, but
She had a brain tumour, Katie Hopkins did.
is this pre-racism?
No.
This is what made her racist.
Well, I thought that might happen because I read about this guy in America. Yeah, there's this guy in America who he was like normal, and then he was like shagging his neighbour's dog, and he had a brain tumour. And they took the brain tumour out, and he stopped wanting to shag the neighbour's dog. Then the brain tumour came back, or a different brain tumour, and he was shagging his neighbour's dog again. So I thought, what happens if Katie Hopkins has the brain tumour removed, and she's like, fuck, what a cunt I've been. She's like, oh, and she just goes on TV. It's like, look, I'm really sorry, but I'm having a brain tumour, like, and that's the only
It does
reason.
happen though,
That's
like
interesting,
that does actually
Or maybe
happen.
maybe
I
him
wouldn't-
not fucking a dog gave him a tumour.
No, it was the tumour that gave the dog a dick.
I wonder if you could put like different people's brain tumours into different people's brains and make them do different things. Like,
So
Trauma transfer.
we're into like Nazi level experimentation there, aren't we? Sure, we've gone.
Seems very.
So
I wonder.
Tumour
you've left
transplant.
Katie Hopkins behind, looking all reasonable now with that, mate.
That is true, actually. Yeah. Don't remember we're the only historical record of humanity after the apocalypse.
Wow.
Yeah. We can't
Yeah,
have.
and all, yeah.
So, all right,
We can't have the cockroaches thinking that.
let's explore that for a moment. Let's say that this is the only historical record of humanity as we know it, and this is going to get listened to by some yeah. Well, let's say there's apocalypse happens literally the moment I upload this, so before anyone's had a chance to listen to it.
Skynet.
And then there's the apocalypse, and then hundreds of thousands of years, some advanced race have found something, and this is the only historical record. Who do you think they are? And what do they need to know? Saying that they could understand English, the super. Yeah.
What would they take from this? Probably like pill shit.
Pill shit. Yeah. Humans like to get livid.
Humans get
but
livid.
they're also livid about.
They get livid. They do things that make them feel nice.
They like to be angry. They like to tell other people about what they think.
But then when they shit themselves, they get livid about each other.
But they seem to like taking a drug that almost makes them shit themselves, and remember it for 20 years and talk about it for a historical record.
And how did they know?
And they categorise it.
How did they know that this was going to be the only historical record of that planet?
Well, this is it, Shaun. We're so far ahead of our of everything. It just makes sense. And if it's going to be anything, it might as well be us.
Yeah.
Because we're nice people. You know, we don't go around attacking people. You know, we love everyone from all around the globe. All our good friends from around the globe.
Yeah.
You're saying that as though this podcast's going to go international.
Well, the internet's pretty international, Andy.
It is, but like, that doesn't necessarily mean that people from like foreign. Because people podcast, people listen to like Andrew Tate, don't they?
Well,
Andrew Tate's big on.
Well,
podcasts.
we did a podcast with someone the other week who's been doing it online, and we thought we were only going to do a 10-minute conversation, but we ended up like standing around a phone for an hour. Not like you, like on the top of a drum, but we were talking, and he was, "Oh, yeah, we've got people from Sweden messaging in, going, are these guys always like this?" I mean, from his perspective, yes.
If we want more people to listen, because Andrew Tate, everybody listens to him when he's on a podcast.
I've never heard of him until the pizza. Right, so this is
brain tumour thing, man.
No, he hasn't got a brain tumour.
So there's certain news stories that only come to my attention through memes, right? And that Andrew Tate thing, I've had to piece together. In fact, you did something. You posted something, Shaun, about Greta Thunberg and a pizza, and I didn't have a clue what you were going on about. And then the memes come through, but I know who Andrew Tate is now, but I've never heard of this guy before.
He's just a knobhead.
Yeah, and Greta Thunberg Gretaed him. You know, that's fair play to her.
It was the thing before when it like the first interaction with him was he was going on about how many cars he's got. And she was like, he said, "Oh, if you want me to tell you the rest of my car collection, give me your email address." And she said,
"Small dick energy."
Yeah, small dick energy.
And then he responded like,
he had to do a video with that.
With a pizza box.
Well, first he tweeted, "How dare you," and then he responded with a pizza box and smoking a cigar. And I didn't really know who the guy was, and so I looked on saw his podcast, and apparently he's famous because he was like a lightweight kickboxing champion, which is a bit like saying he's just like the guy at the leisure centre who's a bit good at kickboxing, a lightweight fucking anything. It's just so he's a little dude, angry little dude who's learnt kickboxing. He's still little, you twat. It's like he's then got this whole thing. I saw him on a podcast, and the title of the podcast that is there a war on manhood or manhood, and he was like waxing lyrical on that about revolutions, and it's clear that not only is he really nasty, he's thick as fucking pig shit as well.
Well, they usually are. With one comes the other, mostly. If you look at it.
Yeah, he's just. But he gets the podcast listens, doesn't he? So,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
What you're saying is you should be going for the incel sort
that's
of.
It. That's what we need. We need the angry young man.
The stupid angry people. Oh, what have we got then?
Well, we just need to blame people, don't we? Just pick a group and blame them.
All right.
Just pick a group and blame.
Yeah, but we've got to think very carefully of this.
Well, we can't do women because Andrew Tate and his mates have done that. The alpha males, that's like immigrants. Nigel Farage has cornered that market, hasn't he? He's cornered the immigration market. We can't have that.
The thick. Oh, Tories have got that.
Yeah. I don't know. We could go like just really sort of, left field and pick some, I don't know, McDonald's workers or something. You know what I mean?
No,
So we can't go for
you know what?
strikers.
No, McDonald's are quite. They invest in people. They do promote within. They do. They
Yeah,
offer
no,
a lot
not
of,
McDonald's, the corporation, the actual people who work for McDonald's.
A lot of them are sort of single mums and
we could
fixed
pick them.
incomes, man. You know what I mean?
We could liken them.
No, I tell you what. No.
We could build them up as worse than concentration
Go
camp
with me, man.
guards.
Come on,
No.
go on.
Okay,
Let's get them listens up, man.
No. Right, so no. This will get the listens up. Listen, right. So you know, like, have you ever tried to stream like movies or football or something on a laptop, and it comes up with all the adverts, and you click the little X, but it moves and it's not there.
Yeah.
The people who come up with that.
Yeah.
Fuck those
Well, that's like
fucking
developers,
people,
isn't
man.
it? That's like Tubes. That's Tubes. Tubes does that.
But they're immoral, unscrupulous advertising, codey cunts. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, you can use code for good, but they're choosing it. They're like Sith Lords, man. They're using the Force for
they're
bad.
not
They're
easily
like, they've written a
identifiable
code.
in
They've
the
gone like,
street.
what? Oh, I could put an X there, and it moves, and then like as soon as you
I
go
mean,
in the
yeah,
search bar,
you're
down
right. The
things
problem
come
with that is
down. Get the fuck. But they do a very good job because it makes me want to pay for football.
You've
You
done
know,
it.
don't,
You've
but
done
it
it
makes me
wrong.
want to.
You've done it wrong because that's like a reasonable group of people to dislike.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right,
It's like
okay.
getting rid of them. That'd
sorry.
make things better. So
Sorry,
like,
it's not- yeah,
so
sh-
supermarket
yeah.
workers. It's like, we need to pick a group
Far too
that
logical.
are
Right.
entirely innocent of any wrongdoing at all, and we need to fucking persecute them.
Volunteer librarians, people that volunteer. You know what I mean? That's
I'll be honest, I'm deeply suspicious of people who volunteer.
There we
anyway.
go, right,
So
that's
I
it then.
I have got when people, it's like, oh,
anti-vol.
Yeah.
it's like a lot of people
Because
and
they
especially-
because they don't just volunteer. They tell people like
Well,
like
yeah,
Royal
I was
Sutton
So we're going back
Coldfield.
to virtue
Yeah, well,
signaling
this is
here.
it, yeah.
Like,
It's
we're-
all right,
we're-
Any ones you've heard of?
The ones you don't hear of. That's it. They could be anyone. This is the new people who volunteer
Yeah,
out of the goodness of their own heart.
be
They
living
don't
next door
tell
to
anybody.
you.
They do it. They walk amongst us. It could be your neighbour. It could be your postman. They could be out doing good and not telling anyone.
Yeah, and why aren't they
What are
telling?
they?
Why is
What
it a
else
secret?
aren't they
The
telling
bastards.
us? What else aren't they saying? What else are they up to? If they could be giving out
Well,
cake
Makes
to
them
old,
feel
if
like
they
they
could give
don't-
out
we
soup,
don't- we
if
don't-
they could give out hot soup to old people, what are
they
they
could be
giving
fiddling me
kids?
kids. That's what you're gonna go.
You know the kids in there.
You don't.
And then
Think
they
of the
go in
children.
court and they say, "Oh, you're accused of giving things to kids." Like, no, Your Honour, I give out soup to homeless people. That's what they're using it for. Back pocket. Yes, campaign against
Yeah.
do-gooders
Do-gooders.
who feed
Who
people.
don't virtue
Marcus
signal.
Rashford, and you like, man. You know what I mean? He should focus on playing football. Rather. You know what, it's funny,
What
man.
we need to scrap now. We need to start from the beginning, don't we? We need to build a proper. Oh, that's the other thing. We have to structure it.
Oh,
Are you
have to
talking
have a
about
plan.
structure?
Not this. A Venn diagram.
I've ignored this, man. Don't
Because
worry
the
about it.
problem, we've got a bit like Dougal out of Father Ted now, because
Well,
we've got
to
to have
be-
other ideas.
Well, to be honest,
follow up with this.
we're only 2 into your top
Yeah.
5 top 5s.
Oh, right. Well,
I was going to say, I was always the three.
so yeah, well, let's
We need to
let's-
guess the other four. of
let's
the,
bin the hate.
Right, okay, let's listen to a tune.
Yeah.
Right.
Bin the hate while we
We'll
listen to
listen
the
We'll
tune.
listen
Oh,
to the
yeah,
tune.
yeah.
This is right. This is a tune. This is a tune from back in the day that I've once played for a while. This is Holster. Music is my heroin.
I am a magnet for divine prosperity. My success comes would live to hear the birds sing.
Yeah, so that was Holster, as Andy was just enjoying. What did you think about that tune?
That was lovely.
It was lovely.
Really, really
What was your
touched the soul.
touch the soul? Excellent. What was your favourite chord in it? Never mind. Right then. So before the break, we were getting through Andy Bennett's top fives or his top five number ones of his top fives. We got to two. We got through two before we.
We got to number 2. So number 3, celebrity encounters.
Oh yes, okay.
My top 5 celebrity encounters.
Okay.
I've met a few just randomly. Just like I used to be a cab driver, but not in London where you meet celebrities. Just like in Lichfield where you meet people like Blue. You meet like Duncan from Blue because he's in a Duncan from Blue after he's like
Shit celebrities. That's
after he's finished with being in Blue, and he's in a pantomime at the Garrick Theatre in Lichfield because his career's not working shit anymore. And you pick him up, you don't know who he is, and you have to be told. Peter Crouch.
Who's telling you?
Well, Duncan from Blue told me who Duncan from Blue was because I said to him, "Are you in the pantomime, or are you just working there?"
Oh man.
And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "How did you get into that?" I used to be in a band. What was the band? Blue. So yeah, Duncan from he's quite little.
Is he the bass player?
I met Peter Crouch. I had no fucking clue who he was.
Who he is?
He was eating at a Chinese in Lichfield and stopping at Swinford Hall Hotel.
He was in a Chinese. He must have been a fucking giant in there.
Yeah, well, various Villa players or ex-Villa players had a cab back to the Swinford Hall Hotel, and I picked him up, and was it Peter Crouch? I don't know, some fucking tall bloke. no idea.
Sounds like a man called Crouch.
And met Vivienne Westwood, who died recently.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one of the other class war candidates, Lisa Mackenzie. She used to be a lecturer at LSE in London, and she did some kind of fucking festival-y type thing, and Vivienne Westwood was part of it, and she is absolutely as mad. If you're like somebody's just talking, it's like what?
You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
Just talking about stuff that's nothing to do with anything that's going on. It's like
She more punk than Johnny Rotten.
I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not really
Yeah,
saying much.
you wouldn't
is
get
it?
her advertising butter, would you?
No. Well, not now.
Or slagging off. What was he slagging off? Eurovision. Oh, he slagged off a lot of things, hasn't he?
Well, yeah. I mean, he's a bit like Jeremy Clarkson, isn't he? He's just like kind of controversial.
Oh, he's apologising now, isn't he?
Clarkson.
Yeah, that's the. You know what? It's the worst thing a gammon can do is apologise because it opens up a floodgate.
Well,
he cannot be gammon anymore.
There's a
Because
petition
he's
going
apologised.
around.
You know what I mean? The moment Nigel Farage apologises, that's it. He's done.
75,000 people have signed a petition that Jeremy Clarkson doesn't get sacked from presenting Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So he's got support. Clarkson has.
These are
Got
the same
support.
people that are livid about.
When's the decision?
What was it?
Well, they're living about Harry, aren't they? Harry and Meghan.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
No, the thing I saw in the paper the other day was Stephen Mulhern is presenting something that's an iconic person did
Anyway,
before.
let's get back to my list of like celebrity
Yeah,
encounters.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I haven't given you
We've only got it's getting on, isn't it?
Leslie Grantham, he of Dirty Den
Dirty
fame.
Den.
He was at the Garrick Theatre, and cab office I used to work in was like the front door of that faced the stage door of the Garrick. I'm standing outside the cab office smoking a fag with a couple of lads. He's standing outside the stage door smoking a fag, and I just pointed over and shouted, "That's that cunt who killed a cabbie. He murdered a cabbie in Germany. He did 11 years for it, and he just fucked off back inside." But my number one, and it's his birthday today. I met John Cooper Clarke. No, this is over egging it. I was at a festival and I saw John Cooper Clarke. John Cooper Clarke had orange hair, so I walked up to John Cooper Clarke and said, "You're John Cooper Clarke. You've got orange hair." And he said, "Yes, mate," and just walked off.
Did he say like in a northern accent?
Yes.
Is it definitely him?
It was definitely John Cooper Clarke.
Yes, mate.
Just off he went.
Yes, mate.
I'm at a festival. I'm walking down. I've got orange hair. Like it.
Well, you know, he might not have known. He might have been having an identity crisis.
Yeah, well,
Maybe he's trying to be
someone played
incognito.
a-
He's trying to be
someone played a
incognito,
practical
and he's
joke on
pissed off that you realised. Or did he have the orange hair on stage? Was it a wig?
I don't remember seeing him on stage. I don't really remember very much of that fucking weekend.
Did you say you saw him on stage?
Did he? Was he on stage? No, he was just walking.
Okay.
He was walking around.
All right.
I
Okay.
was walking around. Well, I was just kind of
Humaning.
like,
Just humaning.
I was just kind of ambling around. You know that aimless way you do it. You're on.
Ambling, milling.
You just like nicely riding that little. Oh, that's John Cooper Clark. You're John Cooper Clark. You got orange hair. Life is good.
Life is alright.
Life is good. Another one of my top five.
Number 2 now.
Random nights.
Random nights.
Hang on, how many of these have we done now?
So this is-
let's have a quick recap.
Okay, so we had
shitting yourself on a pill.
nearly
when it-
shitting yourself on a pill.
For Birmingham accent.
Being asked are you from Birmingham. That's top 5. That's number 5. And then number 4
And
was shitting yourself on a pill. 3 was random celebrity encounters.
Right, so this is number 2.
Number 2 is
Top 5 insults I got as a cab driver.
okay.
Oh, nice.
And one of them just sticks in my mind. I'll remember it forever. I was chatting to this lad. He was really fucking sound. You know, somebody's just nice, having a chat. Just talking to him, driving him out. He lived in like fucking Burnwood or somewhere. I'll pitch him up in Lichfield. Driving up the road, he's just chatting away. He's like, how long have you been a cab driver? I was like, the time about 4 years. He's like, all right. Do you not wish you'd tried harder at school?
Okay. Was this already after you dropped him off?
No, he was just in the back of my cab. He was
You
just
should drop him off there.
No, he's a proper cheeky little cunt. I loved it. I love a cheeky cunt. I really do.
Did he say it jestingly, like, was he
No,
joking,
just
laughing
fucking deadpan.
Deadpan,
That's
no,
that's Lichfield though, isn't
Just
it?
fucking rolled off like that. Oh,
Is
you know,
that
you know, we should
indicative
try
of-
harder at school.
Is that indicative of the people that live in Lichfield?
Well, he lived in Burtwood. That's why I was taking him back
Is that
to.
what people? Oh, like,
No,
this is-
not really. Do you know what I mean? Well, it's a load of cunts. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm from there. And the 5th of my
So this is
5
number 1.
top 5 lists is random nights. And the number 1 of the random nights that just happened, cast your mind back to Aberystwyth where I nearly shit myself but didn't need a shit. So you can already tell how great a night this is.
Right, yeah.
It started
started
off
well,
like,
things
like,
started
all,
well.
like all fantastic random nights. It started off on a bit of a, things have gone wrong. Oh no, things have gone wrong again. So we were supposed to be going to a free party. I can't remember if it was Desert Storm or DIY or Everstone, but it was cancelled. Free parties, all the drugs.
Yeah.
No party to go to.
Oh.
So I thought, fuck it, what we'll do is a couple of cars, we'll go down to the beach at Portmaddock, sound system in the car, drugs, light the fire, fucking bit of a dance, you know, life will be good. So we get down to Portmaddock to the beach, they've locked the fucking beach, we've driven all the way to fucking Wales, they've locked the beach. And the car I'm in at the time, it's in my mate's car, in this Rover 800, like, looked like a police car.
Is that what you had?
We saw
Birmingham 75.
a Suzuki Vitara with a load of kids in it who are clearly going somewhere. So we pulled them over, just like flash the lights over. Where you going? We're going to a free party, really? We're at Ravers Retreat. Ravers Retreat? Never fucking heard of this place. It's like in a valley just near Aberystwyth. So we follow them to this place. There's cars just fucking abandoned all over the place. You go down this track, there's a farmhouse
Remind me of the
there.
year.
A marquee that they'd put up.
What year was this?
This has been about 96.
Oh yeah.
So there's like a marquee up there, and then like the valley opens out and the sides go up. So I've done this pill. I've run up the side of the hill thinking, oh fuck it, I'm going to shit myself, I haven't fucking shit myself. I haven't needed a shit. So I'm just stood on the side of this hill, just fucking, you know, you just lose yourself in just like the bass line and the beat of a tune. Well, they're just fucking dancing all night. And the sun cracks over the fucking top of the valley at the other side in the morning.
Yeah.
And I'm not on my own on the side of there's fucking hundreds of people just dancing on the side of the hill. And it's at that moment I thought, I'm really glad I didn't take a shit. Somebody just spent all night
You know
dancing
what?
in
There's
that.
probably other shits. There's probably quite a lot of shit around that hill. Like, you probably weren't the only one to think of that though.
Yeah, that was just a beautiful thing.
How old were you in '96?
I'd have been 21.
Oh, yeah.
So very
Saying things like bonk. Do you want to come for a bonk?
no, I mean,
You wanna
well,
come
no,
for
it
a,
was. It was like the kind of like, do you know what I mean? The language and stuff like back then, especially the 80s. Do you know what I mean? Like the 80s. Remember the News of the World? They sat. What was the scandal they closed the News of the World over?
Wasn't it the phone hacking?
Phone hacking. That's what it was.
Piers
Yeah.
Morgan and his,
But before that, every like week in the news, you'd buy the News of the World, and like the front page of the News of the World every week would be a Tory MP has been in some kind of scandal where they're either spanked or been spanked by somebody, and that was the News of the World. It was essentially a spanking fetish, like mainstream newspaper, and you just don't get that anymore either. That's something that's gone. There's no bonking, no spanking on the front page.
It's all like
of
very
national
carry
news.
on, wasn't it?
You-
Sort of
yeah,
like,
it was. You want
it's
news-
carry
you
on,
want
it's like a
news the
carry
world
on
back.
film.
I mean, I don't know, maybe I am looking back at life through rose-tinted glasses, and I didn't live in a Benny Hill slash.
Well, you know, you
Carry on,
can
Phil.
go watch Piers Morgan on Talk TV if you want. If you miss your Piers Morgan fix.
Oh no, I can't. I can't be doing with Piers Morgan. He's just angry. He's fucking angry for money. He's not really angry. He's got.
That's it. He's not really, is he? Like, well, he maybe.
Why not?
Who knows?
I don't think he fucking knows. Does
Well,
he?
there's a history of like the press winding people up. Do you know how MI5 came about?
Nah, I don't.
Like the history of like the origin of MI5. This is fucking fantastic, and it's true. So, turn of the 19th, 20th century, like the 1910s. There's this French geezer who's massively convinced that the Germans are going to invade England. He's got no evidence for this, but he writes a novel about Germany invaded England, and the Daily Mail agreed to serialise it. The Daily Mail editor looks at it, and the invasion route that the Germans are taking doesn't go through like many areas where Daily Mail readers live. So he takes this work of fiction the Frenchman's made and he changes it. So the basis of it is there's a German spy network in England that's going to help this invasion that's going to happen. So the Daily Mail, the Frenchman makes it up. The Daily Mail change it so it like the spies and the invasion is going to come through where Daily Mail readers live, and the Daily Mail readers read this and then are convinced that they've seen a German spy. So they're contacting the police and the government to report these German spies that are entirely based on a thing that's been made up and then made up some more. And MI5 comes about to basically chase up the paranoid delusions of the curtain-twitching Daily Mail readers. And
Well, that's still going on now.
well, yeah, I mean, MI5, they've never caught any spies or uncovered any plots.
They've made a couple of films, haven't they?
Well, yeah, I mean, look,
James Bond, he's doing well.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's MI6 though, wasn't he, James Bond?
Oh, was it? That's what they wanted to.
But yeah, they've never done anything worthwhile. They've had plenty of spies.
So they're all there with nice salaries. And
Aren't like most spies just like complete idiots as well? Like,
they're
when, like,
weird.
it's
They're
like
not
when
just
you sort of
idiots.
read about them, they're just like, how did you ever, how are you a spy? Like, you're the most conspicuous person that's like ever been like.
There's really interesting guy. His name will come to me in a bit. He wrote a book about MI5. He's in like the 80s. About this whole thing that they're just paranoid, weird people. Like the one guy, he worked at GCHQ. He was MI5 working at GCHQ in Cheltenham. He was selling secrets to the Russians. He was also running a card index system of like girls at this school when the parents were going to be out and basically raping kids. The Russians caught wind of this. He visited Prague. The Russians took him for dinner with the KGB station chief of Prague to try and blow him because they're like, we don't want this pedo work. They never caught up on it. He only got busted when local plod picked him up because he drove a two-tone Cortina, and then he was busted for the spying. He got like 30-something years for the spying, 3 years for shagging the kids, which gives you an insight into the priorities of the British state, doesn't it? You've got... It's a bit wrong. But this guy, he wrote a book about like MI5 and how it was all just weirdos and freaks. And then he himself died in a bizarre autoerotic asphyxiation accident. He'd attached himself to a wall via his wrists and ankles with some pulleys, and he was found dead wearing nothing but a rubber mac and a gas mask. And these bizarre pulleys he hooked himself up to. I mean, recently there was that geezer who was found dead in a holdall, wasn't there?
in a what?
In a zip-up holdall in a flat in MI5 guy.
Yeah, I might have sort of vaguely
They
remember.
reached the conclusion that they put himself in there.
Oh, that was I remember that. Yeah. That was it. Yeah, that was the first. Yeah, what he did was he put himself in there. I was like, what? Well, either did, which is weird, or he clearly didn't, and you think he did.
Yeah, it's just very freaky. So it's like your Daily Mail. Your Daily Mail readers being angry about imaginary stuff gave us an entire government department staffed by paedophiles, perverts, and just general weirdos.
Well done, Daily Mail
That's
readers.
like the rest
well
of the
done.
government, isn't it?
Well,
Well,
yeah.
this has just been.
Which we used to be able to read about in the news of the world
Well, there you
every
go.
Sunday.
That was just Facebook before Facebook,
on
wasn't it?
Sunday.
But it was euphemistically called bonking.
Yeah. But they done so well to get rid of themselves in the news of the world.
It took some doing. I mean,
but some on Sunday.
you know,
helped, didn't
yes,
it?
like Rupert Murdoch. I mean, he was ruined after that, wasn't
Yeah,
he? Absolutely ruined. I mean, he's learnt his lesson. He won't do that again.
nothing's been the same again.
So that was your whole top five then.
That's it. That's my top
Top
five
five
list
of
of
top five.
list. You
top
know,
five list of top five.
that was quite good. Like top five conversational starter points.
top five meta.
Not that
meta
we've
top
needed
five.
it.
I'm intrigued about the others.
The other things on
The
there.
other
Well, like-
4 missing parts.
Well, there's not 4, is there? Because I gave you
I
that.
was gonna, he did go through some of the other ones,
I-
so
I-
there's only a few. that
Yeah,
are
but
missing.
you mean like the sort of whole top fives of each.
Yeah,
sort of-
So whereas
Yeah,
Dave,
yeah.
Yeah, but would it be they were fucking
whereas-
day, man?
whereas Dave can remember things I've said 3 years ago. You can't remember things I've said 5 minutes ago. It's a good dynamic we've got going. I mean, I can't remember what I said. I mean, the only thing I really remember from the podcast is the World of Beds. That's the-
World of Beds.
Right, I need a piss now, so we'll play it. We'll play a tune. We'll have one more section, or maybe we can play the guess the song length game.
Guess the song length game.
What's this AI thing?
What is it?
That's not the AI thing. What is that? That is the Crystal Maze by the looks
It
of
is,
things.
yeah.
It is the Crystal Maze.
It's the end of the Crystal Maze, isn't
No,
it?
it's not. Yeah, let's see if we can play it.
Or is it the end?
It's playing out my headphones.
Yeah,
We
it is,
just
it's the
never
end.
we don't really start the fans, please.
It's
I'm guessing.
over and over again. Yeah, like I was going to use it to.
Yeah, that's the end of the Crystal Maze. That is. That's when they
Oh
have
yes,
to try and collect the gold
no,
tickets.
you're absolutely right. Yeah, but it's just a compilation.
But it's
of
the
amount
old
of
one.
times
It's
someone
the old
said-
one with the geezer out of Rocky Horror Show, not the.
Richard O'Brien.
That's it, Richard O'Brien instead of the other Richard.
Ed
Adelaide.
Tudor. Oh, what are we talking about now? Which Richard? That's
O'Brien.
Richard O'Brien.
Yeah, but there's a new Crystal Maze now.
Oh, with Richard Ayoade.
Yeah.
I think it was. No, it wasn't. Sorry, no, it's Stephen Merchant.
No, it is Richard Ayoade.
Is it?
He's on the Crystal Maze.
Yeah.
Stephen Merchant did it for Red Hot Nose Day. Red Nose.
So
Red Hot Chili
Have you
Peppers.
seen Garth Marenghi's Dark Place?
Yes,
Yes.
he was on there. Right, I'm gonna go for this. Right, we're gonna play a tune. I suppose we
Hang
better.
on, are we going to play a tune? Or are we going to play
we're gonna play a
Tune.
tune. We might as well play the other band that's on this gig. So on the 17th of February. Anyone else wanna?
Is that Shaun, Gambowl, Walsh and the Plagiarists?
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
So that's so Friday, 17th of February at the Moseley Arms Digbeth 105 Ravenhurst Street B120HB.
Shit band, no fans.
A shit band, no, you got no music, you got no tunes, you got no fans.
Bollocks.
What tunes should we play? What tunes should we play of Shaun Gambowl and the Plagiarists? Something short because it's quite a long podcast.
2 Fingers.
Yeah, 2 Fingers is probably the shortest tune. From Shaun Gambowl and the Plagiarists, this is 2 Fingers.
Here I am. Do you like what you see? I've been told not to buy every face that I make. Consistently fighting the devil in me. Where will I just concede? Where will I just let life be? Oh, here I go again. Back to the drawing board. I'm starting for 10. The highs and lows, the ups and the downs. Always fighting the war to turn things around. My voice means nothing to ya.
was a tune. That was.
Oh, that's amazing.
Fucking. You could really hear the quality in that.
Yeah, that's the best tune I've ever heard.
While we weren't listening to that song,
Oh, yeah.
we,
You came up with a question.
we drifted into the subject of second-hand clothing,
Oh yeah.
and when it becomes vintage clothing,
When it's third hand or above.
right?
So if
Well,
if
there's
I was to
also-
give you a jacket that I brought at second hand, you give it to someone else.
Tubes was talking about buying clothes by the kilo.
Yeah, they do that. Yeah.
So if, say, I bought
I like on the gram.
if I bought, say, 5 pairs of trousers, not that, do you know what I mean? I'd ever have any need for such a quantity. But let's, well, you know,
Argument's sake.
How
a
many
lot
pairs
of pills, a lot of opportunities to shit myself. I need a lot of spare trousers. All bases covered. All bases covered. So I've gone and I've bought 5 pairs of trousers. Now, if I'd only bought 3 pairs of trousers, I'd have bought fewer trousers. But if I was buying them by the kilo, I'd have bought less trousers. See what I'm saying? So it's like it's kind of
What?
if
Yeah.
Is this like a distinct number? You say fewer. If it's like a quantity of something like sugar, it's less.
yeah. So you don't have less people, you have fewer people,
Yeah.
but you have less sand
Yeah.
because you buy sand by the ton.
Right.
With me, but with clothes, you're buying it by weight.
Yeah.
You don't have fewer trousers, you have less trousers.
I might have fewer trousers than most people.
Have we got any scales here?
Would you want to weigh some trousers?
I want to weigh various. I want to know how much clothes a kilo.
Well, what do you think is
This is a new
what do you
concept to
think?
me.
What do you think is the heaviest weighing trouser, like a jean?
Jeans.
Yeah,
probably.
it's gonna be jeans, isn't it?
Assuming that each type of trouser is all the same, like waist and length. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you're going to be jail unless somebody's wearing chainmail.
Chainmail. That'd be
Doesn't seem
cool.
likely,
You're not
does
going to
it?
get that in a vintage clothing
Well, you
store.
might do.
By the kilo.
That'd be properly vintage.
You might
wouldn't
get
it?
an arm of
But
chainmail.
yeah, it's like just two things. Second-hand clothes, yeah. Nothing wrong with second-hand clothes. Second-hand clothes are great. Why feel the need to call them vintage clothes? Ooh, vintage. And the other thing is people calling second-hand shops or charity shops thrift stores.
Oh, that's American, that is.
It is
isn't it?
American.
It's very
exactly
American,
right.
that is.
It's
We
very-
we don't want that.
It's American if it's said in America, but over here it's cunt. It's what it is. Pretentious cunt. You're not going to the thrift store, mate. You're going to the fucking second-hand shop.
Mate,
Get your head around
You're
it.
gonna go on. You only call it a thrift store when you're on the fucking Royal Sutton Coldfield fucking group. Going, I was at the thrift store saving a child when I saw someone's illegal parking. Thrift store, man. Right. Wasn't that short little stop, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah, that was nice.
Well, so we've done it, haven't we? We've sorted out the second-hand / vintage
Yeah, that's
clothes
it.
situation.
Yeah.
There's a couple of times we've done that we keep the rate we're going, but this is why we're a good
Do
historical.
you know
record.
that is the first subject that we've hit where we've actually reached a fucking
got an
conclusion.
The crows
Got an
thing.
answer to
I
it?
think the crows thing we got an answer, but we had to Google
it's
that.
true.
We didn't
We
Google.
did
We didn't Google this one. to be
Yeah,
fair.
we didn't know that. But the thing is, I bet nobody's going to agree with us.
Yeah, because no one's listening.
Well, this is to know no one cares.
Should we play a game of the guess the song length game?
Let's play a game. Of
It
Guess
sounds
the Song.
it's better than what it sounds. To be fair, it doesn't sound.
I want to know what this
the,
AI
the
thing
long
was.
anticipated return.
Oh, you want to do this AI?
Yeah,
All
there
right.
was talk of artificial
You know what, that
intelligence.
is
I
true.
thought we
Yeah,
were
you know what?
gonna
I
be
don't
breaking
need,
ground.
actually, you know what? I don't need sound for this, so we can do this. All right. So, Tubes, you want to walk? Do you want to walk? This is the Tubes' feature here.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, I think it was an AI called Crayon or something.
Oh,
So
yes.
you type in a phrase to this, and it generates a piece of artwork. It generates a picture for you.
For example, so if you were to write "turtle with a hat on," it would draw a picture of a turtle with a hat on.
Yes.
For people who don't know.
Yes. So what I did is I went through the enemy list of the greatest albums of all time, picked out 11, and I fed the album titles into the AI to see what album artwork it would generate.
Okay.
So you can have a look at each piece of artwork, and you can try and decipher what that album, what the artwork for that, what album that artwork is from.
Right.
What's
Okay.
the name of the album?
So what's the
Yes. So this is number 1. It was in the enemy's greatest 100 albums of all time.
Right. So
fuck is going on there?
So, okay. So obviously this is visual. Should someone want to describe what's on the screen for
Hell.
this?
Pets, like cats and dogs.
So we've got a white background.
I would say it's just deformed pets on a white
Well,
background.
Well,
There's a cat with human eye fucking lids.
So
They're human
there's
eyelids on a cat.
There's a couple of cats and a
No,
dog.
what I will say is,
Why is its asshole on the side of its head? What the fuck is that?
Have you seen AI photos before, Andy? Because have you? It's a serious
Well,
question.
I have, but I mean,
Because
and they're generally shit. It's people
it
with
has
too many
trouble-
teeth and deformed hands.
What
What
I would
is?
say
So-
what I noticed, there was one thing I noticed was if you put something very vague in, it will often give you cats back.
Right. So
Right.
so you've literally
But
just wrote
having
down.
said that,
Yeah.
This is
this
quite
is one of the albums that you have a chance of getting
right.
right.
Okay. So let's
So
think.
there is-
So what has he written into there? 4 cats and a dog.
Call for Cats.
And it's a
or was
very
that an
well-known album. It's in the
Yeah.
100.
Is it, so it's the album title, not the band name.
Was
It's
Call
the
for-
album
was
title.
Just
Call
the
for
album
Cats
title.
The album title.
Was Call for Cats the album, or was it?
Was it in the
All
But you
Hundred-
got,
Junction?
you
is
got
it
to
in
think, would it be in Enemy's 100 greatest albums of
I
all
reckon
time? So it's
Call-
going to be very.
It's
You
clearly
know
not-
what? That's going to be biased
It's
to
not,
sort
it's
of
not if you
towards.
got asking that question
If-
after that moment in time.
It's clearly not.
If
Call
none
for
of us get
Cats,
this
is
and
it?
you tell us what it is, are we all going to go? Oh, of course.
You might get this is one of the easier ones to get. It's not.
Is this like catchphrase?
easy
See,
one.
this is
it-
where the
do we need-
this is where the YouTube stream comes into play here, because you can all be as confused
this-
as we are.
Do we
To
need
be
to say
honest,
what we
you've
say?
already
This is
right
the
off the
new
bat,
catchphrase,
someone
man.
came very close to getting it almost straight away without realizing that they'd almost said the
Yeah.
album title.
Okay.
It might have been Shaun.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Sean said something and he was already like with the very first word that came
So
out
what
his
he said,
mouth, he
Sean?
was 50%
So
of the way there.
Sean can't remember what he said.
I
We've
remember-
established
I remember
that.
what I said.
The
Man,
first-
Andy established that.
Dave should be able to remember what Sean
Yeah,
said.
Dave,
Dave-
play what
You
I
just
said.
got to tell me when you want to give up, and I will tell you the
Pets, something
answer.
to
But
pet.
We've all got to have a go before we give up. Pets.
Sean might be onto something.
Petting. Pets. Pets.
Pet Sounds?
Correct.
Pet
Pet
Sounds.
Sounds.
Pet
It's Beach
Sounds.
Boys. Pet Sounds.
Nah, you know what?
We've
If
done
Good
it.
album
if
as well.
you know what, that's really well done actually.
Yeah, we've done it.
If they had like headphones on, maybe that would have given it away. But
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
Pet
but the AI
Sounds.
didn't know that.
Okay,
did it? The
alright.
AI just gave.
Okay, so now we know that we could probably.
The AI didn't give the cat headphones. It gave it human fucking eye.
See, I
eyelids.
don't understand the thought process because it's come up with pets, but it's just where's the sound?
Did you type in Pet Sounds or Pet Sounds album?
Pet
Just
Sounds,
Pet.
just
Okay.
literally just what the album title was,
Alright.
word for word.
All right,
goes
so that's
here.
so that's us 1 AI nil then.
Yep.
All right, next one then.
Number 2. You have not got a chance. Wait, it's not come up on the screen yet. But if you get
Is
this
that another
right,
cat?
I will give you £1 million if you get this right.
Is that's a cat dog hybrid? What the hell is? Someone else would have
Is that a
described
cat
what's
or a
going on.
rabbit?
So there's an animal sitting on a wooden floor.
No, it's a table. that is.
It's
That's
a
the edge of
table.
the
Okay, edge of a table.
I'll give you one little clue that won't help you whatsoever. But the rest of the images, because it gives you a selection of images,
Yeah.
and the rest of them were all really similar, but they were just like, single cats. Basically a cat, and this one was sort of like a cat dog hybrid, and I thought it looked funny, so I chose that one.
Funny.
Well,
There's many words I could use to describe
but-
that. Funny.
It's just a bizarre.
It was the funniest one out of the 9 pictures it gives you.
Because the other ones were just basically cats.
Wolf. What is that? It's a
Like basically, this is like
Oasis.
which album?
I'm just thinking Enemies top 100. It's got to be Oasis, hasn't it?
Man.
I'm saying nothing.
Is this anything like what it's supposed? Are these just all going to be cats?
No, they're not.
Stone
But
roses.
when you put something in when you put something very vague in, it often gives you a cat back. Is
Okay.
what
It's not a band. It's the album.
I've sort of given you a bit of a clue.
What with it?
The
Other cats,
fact there was
animals,
of,
something.
The words that I just said before then was a bit without intending to give you a clue. I gave you one.
Animal.
I said, if you put something very vague in,
Yeah. Vague.
vague might be the clue.
Vague.
Vague.
Oh.
Is vague in the title of the album?
No.
Mysterious. Non-specific.
I'm stumped.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is.
All right. Okay. The answer to that was, and it was Oasis, And
It
it's
was a racist.
Yeah, but you definitely maybe.
And it's definitely maybe.
You can't just say Wasted, Sean. You got to say the album title.
Yeah, I should have said
You
something.
should have just
yeah,
gone.
yeah.
Any of us could have done that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's definitely
I couldn't
maybe.
believe it,
Jesus
you just
Christ.
said it right, like,
Are they?
yeah, it's
Are
good.
they
It's
literally
good
all going to
reasoning.
be? Is there going to be ones that are close?
There are some that you can get, and there are some.
Right.
I mean,
What we
you'll struggle to get.
Right.
this,
So we've
but,
got like a sort. It looks.
Yoshi battles the pink robots.
No.
It looks like a sort
that's
of.
a
It looks
good
like a
shout.
Japanese
Yeah.
anime sort of girl without a mouth.
When I put this one in, it gave me very similar images for all of them again. They were all sort of anime drawings, but I don't know why.
Right. She's,
I don't know why.
So what you're saying is that this AI has produced a load of random images that in no way relate to the words that you fed
No,
into.
but
Right.
the
You
image,
just typed in the album name.
just the album,
And the
the
poor
al- but
bastards
this-
who are listening to this post-apocalypse have got to listen to us groping around.
the image,
is
like
brilliant.
the thing is, the image on this one, like anime. I don't know where it's got anime from, but the image does.
can you see?
It can
you
sort,
can see,
you
you can see
type-
why it's done it.
It makes sort of sense. Like it's not a direct. It's like, all right, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're right, Vic. This is preposterous.
Is it someone's name in the title?
No.
Is there a sort of feminine-esque
Kind
word
of.
in the title?
Sort of.
Right. Okay.
It's not explicitly female, but
It's got female
it's
energy.
kind of got it's got female energy.
Donna Summer.
Donna Summer. You've got to say the
You
album.
got to say album names.
titles, not the.
It's a bit of a niche record, but it's not that niche.
Give us the initials of the band name.
If I gave you the initials of the band name, you'd get it straight away.
all right.
Well, you might not actually. I don't know.
Go on.
Begins with an M. This is the band name, not the album
Yeah,
name.
yeah,
One of the biggest albums.
yeah.
Not necessarily.
This is
the
My
biggest,
Truth,
but-
Tell Me Yours. No.
I'm gonna see
And
if I can
is it
find
Manic Street Preachers?
No.
I'm going to see if I can find an AI that I can feed images into that will give me random words.
That's the AI singularity that's coming soon. I don't know. This is.
Give up on that one.
Yeah, yeah.
That's Loveless by My Bloody Valentine.
Right, I don't know that.
You
I
see
reckon,
how
yeah.
just
Loveless.
look.
Okay.
Can we skip to
You
one
sort
that?
of see that there's a little like a.
I can see that there's.
I can see that the AI that you found is some kind
It
of
sort of
twisted
looks like she's
sex
heartbroken
pest.
Right,
there.
is-
She's sort
is-
of got
is-
like a heartbroken.
Is this any close to? Is this?
Yes,
Okay,
you're, this is it. You got a
okay,
chance on getting this one.
Okay,
Right.
computer.
Right, he's already got
Oh,
it. He's already got it.
fair fuck. You can see that. I mean,
You can sort of see that. Like,
Well, how many album titles can you think of that we've got computer in the name?
yeah,
It's a computer.
and that's clearly okay there, isn't it? Like,
is that okay?
apparently
What is
so.
that?
I mean, what even is going on there? Like, is that?
It's
One, two,
getting.
someone's
on
got
his
4
way to
fingers.
okay.
Is that a foot or a hand or is it both?
It's
Well,
what
that's clearly the AI.
The AI
rendering
interpretation.
of like the OK.
yeah,
um,
or firms or something. It's like an AI sometimes. Yeah, an AI sometimes. I think it gets like things mixed up in its head. Like you know when you know when you go say a word and then your brain says another word at the end, so you say something stupid like fucking
Yeah.
whatever. That's what the AI is doing. I think also like dreams feel like AI, or AI pictures feel a bit like dreams sometimes.
They have got like a very dreamlike quality to them. When you like look at them, it's that like it resembles reality, but it's sort of all melted a bit and gone a bit
yeah.
It's wrong.
Just,
It's
it's
like-
just got wrong. It's like
The AI stuff is fascinating, man. I mean, what's the is it Chat AI? What is it called?
chatbot, chat GP.
ChatGPT.
it's like when you're tripping and you can't render faces properly. You have to
it's
concentrate
like
to
you
make
can't
a face
quite-
look like a face.
No matter how much you stare at it, you can't quite make things meet, man. It's like very trippy. It's like AI's tripping.
Yeah, I think that's the stage we're sort of at with it, isn't it? It's sort of
I don't want it to go past this
its
stage.
brain hasn't quite got there
like,
yet, but it's
the,
getting there.
the fetus of the AI brain is forming, and like it's all well and good us doing this, but really what we are doing is training it and teaching it.
We're training
We are
Skynet.
we are the parents of, well, not us, but like we are, the people, like whenever like they're proving you're not a robot thing and you have to pick out the bus and stuff like that's training in AI.
It does
isn't
it and it
And
inherits
this is-
human
so-
qualities because
So like we've all me and the lads we've spent a whole night just chatting to chatbot all night, like, and it is fascinating and funny, but like it's kind of
because they get it to do like job selection things, and what they find is that these AIs develop the same biases and like prejudices that the humans do.
it's
So
just
you get
whatever's
these
fed into it.
AIs that become racist basically because where they're getting their learning from. They're trawling through the internet.
Yeah, well, the last
And
thing we
they're
want to
just
do
picking
is
up what it's just,
the
and they
last thing
pick
we
it
want
up, it's
an
just the
AI
same
to do
thing.
is to read the
There was
internet.
a Twitter, an AI Twitter account, wasn't there, that just basically became massively racist.
Yeah, it becomes racist.
Inside like 48 hours.
It's like
If it-
eventually we're
well,
going
if
to hand the
it's-
keys to our nuclear
Well,
weapons
if you're
to it.
just,
It goes like
if you're
this
just,
massive
if you're just
right-wing
feeding
AI.
the AI Twitter, it's gonna be, isn't it? Like,
So what we're doing is we're training AIs. We're just creating fans for the Andrew Tate podcast. Is what-
But for now, we can just laugh at the ridiculous pictures it's doing until it
'Cause, like,
actually does like killers.
when I typed into an AI, I said, "Can you tell me who would win in a fight between a pineapple and a profiterole?" And like, it was text, but it basically said, "No, can't do that because pineapple is a fruiting flower of the bromeliad family, and profiterole is a cream-filled pastry snack."
But why can't they fight?
But so I typed in, "Can you tell me the story of a fight, an epic battle between a pineapple, a wizard pineapple, and a plucky young upstart profiterole?" He went on for 3 paragraphs about this amazing battle and how the profiterole won. So it's got an imagination, right? So that
It's
was like,
definitely got an imagination.
okay, computer.
Profiterole one.
All right.
Yeah, like fucking. It's
That's
the
not
things
what
I
That's
put.
not what I'd expect.
Well, I think it was because I put in the narrative of sort of a plucky young upstart of a profiterole against a sort of
Wizard pineapple.
yeah, but sort of like a really, but sort of like set in his ways. I think I called it evil pineapple master.
It was going.
So he gave it a narrative of the underdog. So I gave it a narrative that existed, but the AI choose to root for the pineapple in its story. The profiterole in its story. But the pineapple would win. But
Yeah,
I think
so it's just not realistic.
part of
is
this,
it?
but I've probably got it.
I mean, there's no way the profiterole's winning that.
You know what?
It's like that thing, when people say who'd win in a fight, Mike Tyson in his prime or Bruce Lee in his prime. And people,
Ask your AI.
well, people say, or some people say, oh, Bruce Lee would win, like because he's like magic. But he wasn't, was he really? He was like a £105 actor, and like Mike Tyson was a £225 actual fighter. Yeah. So you could ask 2 questions. You could say, who'd win in a boxing match between them? And obviously Mike Tyson would win the boxing match. And then you could say, who'd win in a street fight? And you'd think, well, Mike Tyson's going to win the boxing match, and in the street fight, Bruce Lee's going to die. It's way in the real world. Do you know what I mean? I think in this story, do you know what I mean? The profiterole is the £105 actor is like 4'9" tall, and Mike Tyson, the pineapple is Mike Tyson, the actual trained fighter, who's not an actor, who pretends to be a fighter on television, and
That's what people are worried about, though, isn't it? Not about real issues.
Well, I mean, post-apocalypse, fuck knows what people are going to make of this. They're going to be like sat there in their ditches,
In the
basement.
So I did this. So this
They're
is,
going to think, what are these people talking about? We tuned in for the emergency broadcast.
I think, ironically, no, you know what? I think we've nailed it. The people who are going to be watching, the people that are going to be, whoever's listening to this in the historical record, it's probably going to be the AI, the very AI we're talking about.
And he's going to be wondering why post-apocalypse, why is a former anarchist talking about whether a profiterole is more like Bruce Lee or Mike Tyson?
Well, this is it. I found it now. I asked it to write a short story about an epic battle between a pineapple and profiterole in the style of manga, which is weird. I'd ask it that because I hate manga, and I don't know why I asked it that. But it goes on for
Ghost in the Shell's good.
7-8 paragraphs. But loves it, man. I am the victor, the profiterole declared, standing tall and proud. I am the champion of desserts, and no one can defeat me.
That's pretty
So,
cool.
see, I mean, again, do you know what I mean? It's just not realistic, is
As
it?
the
'Cause
battle raged on,
profiteroles-
the pineapple began to tire. Its leaves were wilted, and its flesh was bruised. But the profiterole was still going strong, its creamy filling flowing like a river of sweetness.
It's getting a bit pornographic now, isn't it? So does the profiterole stop for a danger wank on its way home in a lay-by? So where are we going with this
The
next?
profiterole said, "I may not look like much," it said with a sly grin, "but I have a secret weapon. My cream filling is delicious, and it will defeat you." So,
And it's not wrong. It's not wrong either.
I don't know. I think a pineapple
They are
would
good,
defeat
but
a
they don't stand
profiterole.
tall. They're quite dumpy, aren't they? Like, do you know what I mean? You couldn't describe a profiterole as tall.
All right. Next one then.
Number 5. You might get this one. It's not.
So we've
It's
got
not
we've
complete
got some,
nonsense.
so that's supposed to be money. $3 bill, your Limp Biscuit. No, that's an
No,
enemy.
that's
or-
not going to be on
So
your
there's so it looks like a man's hand with some cash and is that a British flag in the background? Looks British.
I would say it's
looks like the
indistinct,
old.
but I think it's
British
supposed to be the
Airways.
Stars and Stripes because the other
okay.
images were more overtly.
So
something that
is this
resembled
is this a hip hop record?
It is a hip hop record.
Okay, interesting.
50
Get
Cent.
rich or die trying.
Nope.
What Wu-Tang? What is it? Wu-Tang?
Is that the
No.
name?
Dr. Dre album.
No.
I'm just gonna keep naming rappers now. Jay-Z, Eminem, Snoop Dogg.
America's
NWA.
Most Wanted.
And I think it's enemy. Remember as well. So it's like
Yeah,
there
it's
is a
like
certain
Beastie
sort of,
what's it? Enemy rap?
Eminem.
I've said them all, surely.
Nah.
P Diddy.
No.
But
You're only saying artists here, by the way.
I know.
I
I'm
mean-
waiting for you to say yes, then I'll go for their album.
Two-pack album. If Enemy, it's got to be a two-pack album, isn't it?
I think
What
what the AI's
two-pack
done here,
albums do we
I
know?
think, right, you're like thinking of like rap and tying that to the money, but I think the money is supposed to actually represent something in the title, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but you did say it was hip-hop.
But it is hip hop.
That's
But
why-
no, what I mean is like I think you assumed because the money's not the hip hop bit.
Right.
Like you've made that connection because it
Right.
looks like it, but that's not.
Right, it's
what
the
that
power.
mo-
Is it something like is it something like what was the nice hip hop? The New York hip hop, the nice ones. Everyday people.
It is New York hip hop. I wouldn't say it's nice hip hop.
Fucking
Sugar Hill Gang.
who's the
And it's quite old.
License
Yeah.
to Ill.
it's what are they called, man? It's the nice hip hop. Joe liked it.
Well, it depends what you mean by nice. Like, I wouldn't say it's that nice. Like in lots of ways, it's not nice, but it's kind of righteous.
Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue, man. I don't know what the records are called. Though. That's the thing. Oh man, what's the band called?
Well, if I typed it,
is
50
it
Cent.
begin with an L?
It's not 50 Cent. is
it does not begin with a now.
Oh man, what are they fucking called? Everyday people. That band.
Oh, bloody hell.
they called?
Arrested Development.
Yeah, is it them?
No,
There's another band that sound like them. But
it's more obvious than maybe not the image, but like if you were thinking of like the greatest rap groups of all time, I'm sure you'd.
Sugar Hill
Wu-Tang
Gang.
Clan.
Or Mob, or whatever they're called.
the NWA.
No, but you think
They're-
it's
they're
the
outside
same
of
sort of
Wu-Tang.
era. Like
From New York. I don't know.
Public Enemy.
it is Public Enemy.
All right, I
Takes
don't
a
know.
nation of millions to hold us back.
It takes a nation of millions to hold us back.
You know what? That's actually like bang on. That is. There's,
Yeah, yeah,
there's
that-
someone with a hand, a nation.
I think the millions is the money. Like it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you
yeah.
put
Yeah,
you
yeah.
put millions in and it's gone.
Yeah.
My defence.
money.
I've never
It's
heard
put
of
about
that.
75 quid on
It
there.
has only put about 75 quid.
Well,
But all the other images,
Although,
are
by
like
saying
American
that-
flags with like dollar bills. across
That
it.
seems to be a $53 bill. So
it's mad because like that is literally what's going on there. It's kind of like that. But then you got just a cat on the other one. It's hard to understand the psyche of the AI.
Yeah.
Right, next one then. Yeah.
Yeah, so this one is it's
yeah.
just almost. Well, I can't give too much away.
Is that
Like,
is it a
but,
live
like
album?
obviously, it's just come up with rather than like actually interpret the name of the album. It is just come up with a band.
Libertines up the racket?
No.
so that
Which is
can't,
sort of a clue.
it is a clue. 'Cause if it's come up with a
What's
band,
that?
then the name of the album's got to conjure an image of a band, doesn't it? So it's got to be it's got to be like a musical. Is it Prodigy? Music for a Generation.
Something to do with music in the title or band in the title.
Think more
It's not-
literally than
It's
that.
not a live album.
It's not a live album.
Live and something.
I mean, without the image, if you just decided to try and name like what might be in the Enemy's top, I don't know, like 20 tracks, top 20
Arctic
albums
Monkeys,
of all time, you'd probably get there without the image.
Whatever I say. Block
Oasis. What's the
No.
story, Morning Glory?
No.
Oasis.
But think
definitely
about
Oasis.
think about the album title and why it would come up with a band. Like it would show you a band.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Again, you just name your bands, Shaun. Like. Something on stage.
What's it like? What a way to go think of this might be. Look at that picture and what band does it actually look like?
Jake Cusp. It looks.
It's like Foo Fighters.
And I'm not gonna say it looks
Looks
exactly
Dave
like them, but you
Grohl-
can sort
Dave
of.
Grohl on the left.
So I mean, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking like in spiral carpets, like
Where is that from?
some kind of shoegazing band.
Charlatans.
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 It's not the Charlatans.
Oh, is it like Blue Tones? Home for
Mondays.
I will say that someone's already said the name of this album for a different picture.
Oh,
It has come up. Someone has already said this.
Oh, we had cats.
Who said it? I did.
Call for cats.
Oh, Squeeze. Cool Cats.
Was that the album? Was the album The Junction? Because both songs were on the same album. That's bugging me
Well,
now.
it looks like a Burns guitar is
Another
playing.
clue I'll give you is
Supergrass.
what do a lot of bands call their first album?
Debut album.
Stone Roses.
Untitled.
Stone Roses. It's the Stone Roses. The Stone Roses. It just gave a picture of the. I thought it was actually going to do like
The singer Ian Brown
roses
doesn't
that
play
were made
guitar.
of stone, but it just you put Stone
Yeah.
Roses in and it just gives you the
Stone
band.
Roses.
It gives you the Stone Roses.
These are really hard tubes. So.
Yeah, this is why I didn't do it as a game because like it would be impossible.
It is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's another cat.
You have got no chance on this one. So what I
Alright,
would say is just get your random guesses in, and we'll call it quits after a certain amount of time. 'cause you got no chance.
Block Party.
Prodigy Experience.
Fat of the Land. Crab of the Land by Prodigy.
Just tell me when you're
Left
bored.
Field,
Just
Left
say
Field.
just say names of
Just,
albums,
just
and then
I don't know. Just
Blur, Beetlebum.
that's not,
Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Revolver. Just go through Beatles albums.
the Black Album. No, I don't know.
I am
So
intrigued,
we've got
so-
we've got a
clue that
cat.
you might do is that like you might actually say this to me if I presented you the picture and you were a bit confused about what it is. You might say
What's this?
it's similar to what's this, very very similar.
What's the story, Morning? What's
Well, just another way of saying what's this.
the story,
the fuck
Morning?
is this? So, what the hell is this?
You're so close. You are
What
really
the
close.
hell
to
is?
it.
What the hell is?
What's going on?
Go on.
What? Go on. Nope. It's the name of an album. It's a very famous album. You've probably got it. If you went upstairs, you might have it. You've definitely played it when you've DJ'd at any sort of indie night.
Oh,
100%. You've definitely DJ'd it. It's another debut album.
Whatever you say, I am. I'm not.
Nope. The band's from America, New York.
Is this it?
Is this it?
is this
God,
it?
these are just mad, aren't they?
But it's like it has just gone like, is this it? It's gone. It's just sort of gone.
Is
What?
Is this it? Like.
That actually looks like Pussy Riot, doesn't it? From those Russian.
Rick, like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
Rickenbacker guitar. There looks like.
Pussy
I-
Riot featuring,
you will not get this.
featuring
You will not
that
get this.
Labour MP who drank
I don't
my
know.
wine on the bus.
I don't know
What's
why
her
it's
name?
come up with this. The only thing I can think
Blondie.
is because there was a lot of other images that were
Just,
similar,
yeah.
like other like bands. I can only think there is a band name after this album, like that, like an obscure band that is called the same thing as this album.
I don't know.
It's the only thing that makes
Rumours.
sense.
No. What,
Just let me know when you want to give up. I'll tell you the answer. If you want to have some stabs at it.
rock. I ain't got a clue, man.
So what you're saying is
It's old.
This
It's
im-
one of the oldest ones on the list.
this image in no way relates to the
It
actual.
has nothing to do with the album title, but like it just gave me this image loads of times, like a slight variation on it. So there must be a band that is called. There has to be. It's the only way that, like, I don't know why it got where this image came from, but it did it every time of some sort of like band that all got neon hair. They sort of look a bit gothy. It just gave me different variations on this similar sort
The
of
Cure.
image. No.
Um,
But it's that they're named after the album title.
I've not got a clue.
You won't get it.
okay.
What is it? What's this?
Rubber Soul by the Beatles.
Oh, I don't know what it is.
What I should have
There
done
must
is,
be a
is
band
gone
called
back
Rubber
to,
Soul.
Gone back to what I was doing for the last one and just named all the Beatles albums.
Yeah.
Yeah, God Save the Queen.
You got a chance on this one. You've got a chance.
God Save the Queen.
It's not God Save the Queen.
Oh, Queen Gorilla. You know what? That's actually like the best picture of someone's face I've seen AI do. Like,
This was
Killer
Emily's
Queen.
#1 album of all time.
number
one
one
of all
album. So
time.
it's got to be Beatles or Oasis. Killer Queen.
And you've got a chance of getting it.
number one. Enemy's #1 album of all time. What would that be? So it's not the Beatles. Not Oasis.
Queen is dead.
Yep, it's The Queen is Dead by the Smiths.
Queen is
Fuck
dead.
off.
Oh, fucking
That
hell.
I tell you what, the Enemy. We should get in the fucking motor now. We should go and burn the fucking place down.
Well, it's pretty
It's-
much.
it's amusing
But
that before
enemy,
this started-
the enemy is just an advert for hair.
I don't
products
mind
now.
the Smiths, but like I looked at it, I was like,
I
really?
don't
What,
mind
mate?
the Smiths, but like two things. One, in no way is that the best album ever. It's not even the best album of the 80s.
yeah.
And two, amusingly enough, it's like a callback to a conversation we were having before we started recording this. We were talking about the electronic song "Getting Away with It," about how that's a parody of Morrissey being a miserable twat.
It's a minutes of people hating Morrissey, which I'm all for.
Down to the last two. You've got a chance on these last two. These are two
Scream.
of the easier ones.
Has he got Scream in the title?
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give you
Teenage
clues
Scream.
for this one.
Teenage
because
Scream.
I'm doing all the work for you.
Well, you're gonna have to like something with Scream in
Is
it.
it Primal Scream? Was their debut album called Primal Scream?
Screamadelic.
It is Screamadelica by Primal Scream.
Because,
for guys.
So what it's done there, it's the Scream.
The Scream mask,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
kind of psychedelic,
Yeah, you know
isn't
what?
it? It's that Screamadelica.
That's actually pretty cool. Actually, I quite like that. We could use that for something like
Exactly
Halloween.
that.
We
I
could
looked
use that
at
for
I was
Halloween.
like,
Halloween
that's
flyer.
That's a fairly.
Oh, I'm keeping that image. I'm using it.
So you got one left.
One. So how many have we got? We've got about 3, haven't we? The
Yeah,
AI.
you
I
got
think the AI is
Screamadelica.
beating us.
You got Pet Sounds.
We got that one. So that's one for us. 1-0.
I mean, you've got them sort of all.
Is the AI
eventually,
beating
like,
us?
The decider.
Okay.
We got them all
computer.
eventually after you told us.
Yeah, I don't know. You probably got about 4 or something.
Oh, so this is the last one. So how easy or hard is the last one?
Yeah, it's achievable. This is achievable.
Achievable.
Is it the decider between the humans and the AI?
This is the decider. Next goal wins. AI versus the humans.
Party in the Park. Is that Graveyard?
This is a.
So, yeah, it looks like just a load of dead people, doesn't it? Or people sleeping in the sun, or fucking baboons. Are they baboons?
Is it
Who knows what they are? Though? I mean, it's
don't
the
know.
AI. Who's like, it's not me. I don't know.
Sorted freeze and whiz?
Oh, I could see that.
It's common people. That was often.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was,
yeah. The album.
no, it was called.
No,
No, the album was called Different Class.
Different
yeah,
class.
it's a different class.
It's not different class, but I almost did I did type different class in. Well, I was going to type different class into the AI, but I didn't.
Something Field. Green.
Massive attack.
AI's hanging on to this one at the moment. It looks like it's going to win. Can the humans
Oh.
salvage victory from the jaws of defeat?
Afternoon High. I don't know, man.
Blur. Country House.
You got its names of albums.
Park
Moving
Life.
songs.
Park Life.
It's Park Life.
Park Life, yeah, this is fucking.
The very first word you said when it came up, you went park, and I was like, he's got to get it straight away, and then
Park
he just
Life.
went off.
Yeah, well, there we go then.
But is it really life? It looks more like Park
Baboon.
Death, doesn't it?
Park Baboon Rampage.
Park goings on.
There's
I'm sure I must have told you.
Rampage, yeah.
there's a bit of life
Well,
left there.
Park Riot,
Dave,
that is.
Dave will remember if I told you about this before when I nearly had a fight with a baboon.
Is it what you said?
On Gibraltar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we were.
Oh no.
Yeah, tramadol is a terrible, terrible drug. So I'd hurt my knee. It's just bad, actually. Do you know what I mean? 'Cause I was just fucking right. So I was in Dublin 2004 May Day. Got water cannoned over a wall, and then I had to walk all like outside this place, Fernley House, where there was some fucking meeting or something. I can't even remember why we'd gone there to cause trouble. We'd gone there, water cannons, and all fucking palaver. Got knocked over a wall, hurt my knee, and then I had to walk all the way back into the city, and my knee was just shagged. And I was working for this place at the time, and there was this woman, Andrea, there. I was limping about. picking the stuff up for the van. She said, "Oh, got these painkillers for me back. Have them." Pop one. 15, 20 minutes later, no pain in my knee, all fantastic. So I was just fucking popping these. Wake up in the morning, like knee of dirt, take a tramadol. Thought nothing of it. Flew into Belfast, picked up a hire car from the airport, knocked over a giveaway sign coming out the airport. So I took it back. Give me another hire car, crashed that into my hotel. So this just goes on. I just didn't connect because I know when I get high because I do something to get high. Like, there's a process involved in getting high. So because that process hadn't happened, I just hadn't connected. I'm just off my tits. But after a couple of weeks, I'd wake up in the morning, my knee wouldn't hurt. I stopped taking tramadol. I flew into Gibraltar, working on this Safeways fucking project, changing motherboards in servers. So I flies into Gibraltar. My mate phones me on the night, because I had to do it after store close. So my mate phones me on the night I'm doing this job. He's like, "How's the job going?" I was like, "You fucking what? Calling me a cunt? So I can't do the fucking job? I'm just fucking proper fucking right. I'm coming down off tramadol, you know? Just fucking tramadol withdrawal." Thought nothing of it. I'm just thinking, he's that fucking cunt. Is it fucking true, man? The next day, I don't fly out of Gibraltar until like 6 in the evening with Monarch. He's flying in and out of Gibraltar, by the way. Fucking proper, like, steep fucking thing. The runway's a road. They have to fucking stop the traffic from crossing the road into Spain. So I'm not flying out till 6 o'clock. So I go up to Old Town. I'm sat in this cafe, smoking a fag, drinking a cuppa. There's this fucking baboon looking at me. And I got...
Giving you the eye.
He was just looking at me. I got halfway across the patio, just proper bald fist, screwed up face. What the fuck are you looking at, you fucking cunt? Joe, you get these. Hang on, something's gone fucking wrong here.
I'm starting on a baboon.
This isn't right. I'm about to fight a fucking baboon in Gibraltar.
Yeah, you're in
And
his
the baboon
territory.
would win as
Yeah.
well.
Well, yeah, I'd say I'd win. So the baboon would tear my fucking face off. It's the truth. But yeah, it's just fucking tramadol's a bad drug. Don't.
I've only done it
Doesn't
once.
agree with me.
Great, man.
So is
like,
is that the final? Is that your the final thought? Tramadol is a bad.
Tramadol.
Just
not
say
even
no.
once. stick to the the coke and the pills. No MCAT, none of that. Or spice. Don't do spice.
No.
That's our post-apocalyptic message.
Yeah, we've done it all, so you don't have to. Right, I think that's a good natural conclusion to end on some good advice. I want to say thank you to Andy for coming in. I had
Nice to be here.
I had the audacity to say, "Can you be on the phone for 10 minutes?" And you were livid about that, and I'm glad you were.
Yeah.
Dave, I'm not coming on for this 10-minute bullshit. I'm coming on. I'm doing it properly.
Yeah, we're doing it or we're not.
So you've been given the hat-trick ball then, the hat-trick appearance on the show.
Is it a
Oh
perfect
yeah,
hat-trick?
it's not even the second time.
For the
almost.
for the entertainment of Vic. Catch up soon, mate.
For Vic, yeah, then yes. All right, well,
the only listener.
Yeah, well, thanks for listening to us.
You'll have to comment on it. Can they comment on this?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
there a comment section?
There will be.
I need to know how many times Vic has said preposterous.
In the comment section.
I can imagine it now.
I think to play us out
You can guarantee that AI thing that we've done there, he'll have been absolutely fuming all the way through that. It's like this whole thing. So we're looking at pictures, so you can't see the pictures. He's no idea what we're
Oh,
talking.
we've got the pictures on YouTube.
Oh no! Don't put the pictures
Just
on
to
YouTube.
piss him off.
Don't do that. It makes sense.
just for
then.
Vic.
No, just to really wind up Vic.
Oh well, he likes to listen on the toilet anyway. Vic does, doesn't he?
He does.
He does. He actually told us that. Well, anyways, so this has been We Want Less. I think we're going to finish on a bit of a down note, but not a down note really, because it's a celebration. A good friend of ours, Ruth Noah, she unfortunately died just before Christmas. She was not long-standing sufferer of sickle cell, but she was a fantastic human being, fantastic talent, fantastic, just brilliant, and it was the busiest funeral I've ever been to. She was dearly, dearly loved. Beautiful human inside and out, and we're going to finish on one of her tunes, to Ruth, and thanks you all for listening. This has been We Want Less.
told him silent once before. All he is our love. He made my heart believe we've loved lifetimes before. 2 steps before him, hide me from all his enemies. Praise me for all to see. Cover me also softly, and he told me we will go do all together. Do know his power is fake. Someday he's just Monday. As his crown fell on my face, I saw his time I never waste. See you later, Miss. He promised me right then I didn't quite believe, but I saw his love was real, and he told me we will conquer all together. If you get a dream, I can be your heart day. Like Billy I'm strong. I'm sure you're never wrong. I know you dealt it into oceans no longer blue when I'm with you. Thunder too. He told me we will conquer the world together. He told me.
Eagerly, ready to get to work. Watching every move we make, always eager to emerge. It's easy to forget that he's always by your side, sleeping in the shadows, preparing for your ride. As
day dawns, his stare becomes more intense. We try our best to fend him off, but his power is immense. Nobody has the secret to ward him off for good. One day he'll hover over you, scythe in hand, black robe and hood.
Our mutual friend waits eagerly, ready to get to work. Watching every move we make, who's eager to emerge. It's easy to forget that he is always by your side, sleeping in the shadows, always waiting for your ride.
He sits in his chariot, waiting for his next job on his radio. It could be anyone, it could be someone we know. You or I could be next up to be called over his speaker, cruising to the crossroads, chilling with the Grim Reaper. The psycho pumps sinister stare, tells you it's time to board the Afterlife Express. You can buy a bit of time though, if you can beat Mr. Death at chess. Watch his rickety old coach depart as you rejoice the result of your test. Look in awe of the surroundings at your new home of ultimate rest.